What's up, Overguard? This is Gozy, and I'm joined here with Oblight. He's going to be the co-commentator for this first match between Stridum and Skirt. So, without further ado, we're going to be kicking this thing off pretty quickly. Oblight, do you got anything to say before we start off?
No, I do not. Hello, everyone. Okay.
Since he has nothing, we're going to start this thing up. Very excited to see this matchup. I know my team just got absolutely destroyed by Stridum. A lot of BM on Stridum's behalf. Just kidding. Those guys are awesome. We love them. Yeah, but I'm really very excited to see this. Okay. My man Icy McSpicy, the commentator, coming in, and he is going to be in the lineup for the Skirt team. I don't know, is that how you pronounce that? I'm not a teenager. That sounds like a teenager.
That is like, how you pronounce it. Skirt. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I could see Stridum kind of struggling here because they don't have Shadow here to help them. You know, because Evan and Shadow are kind of like the duo. So I can kind of see maybe Milo doing something to Shikuda, however you say his name. If Milo goes to
Shikuri Kato.
Yeah, however you say his name.
Well, that's how you say it. So,
yeah,
when you commentate it, you gotta say his whole name, but you gotta do it like while you're commentating everything.
Okay.
No, don't. I just call him shit, guy. It's just so long to be able to try to say it.
Yeah.
Just like with Colossus, you know, it's not Colossus of Cloud, it's, you know, Colossus.
Yeah. It's Coco. No, it's Coco.
Yeah.
Let's show them what we can do.
All right, guys. So good matchup. This is the semifinals here for the Overguard Community Cup on the PlayStation 4. Epic stuff. We got Darky over here streaming for us. So Darky, thank you for streaming. Myself, this is Gozy. We got Oblight commentating. Hello. In the blue corner, we do have the names wrong up top. We're gonna switch that for you. Skirt's in the blue on the defense first. On the attack first, we're gonna have Stridum coming out in the red. Start things off, we do have the Pharmacy coming out with Eva Mario and Alpha Wolf ruling the airwaves up top. We got Chicky sitting on that Tracer. We got Coco coming out on the Reinhardt with Exegius on the Lucio, and Xanity sitting on that Zarya. As far as the lineup for Skirt, we got High on Milo coming out with the Roadhog. So Supreme is sitting on that Lucio. Bolt is on the Pharah. Hojin is on that Zenyatta. Oh, Silent is on the Widowmaker for some odd reason, and Ice McSpicy coming out on the Reinhardt. First picks are going to fall, looking like in favor of Skirt here as Evan Mario starts to turn things around, taking out Volts. Volts does get a pick onto Xanity, so they tied it up pretty well. Skirt doing a terrific job of defending the first push here. What do you think that Stridum did wrong on that first push?
I mean, maybe a little bit with Alpha was dying really early in the fight. That might have a big impact on that fight. Milo's been doing really well, so maybe that's having something to do with that. And,
right, and as we're talking, holy cow, Volt's up in the air, takes out Eva Mario. I don't know if you caught that, but I love seeing that Pharah battle in the air. Got him with his back turned and shot a rocket.
Volt is really doing well right now against Evan. Probably, in my opinion, second best Pharah. I think Natural Prime's just a little bit better. But, I mean, I still don't understand why Silent is on Widowmaker. Maybe get a soldier out here, help with the shield battle a little bit.
Right. We do see them starting to come around for their next push here to start us off. Yeah, great hook by Milo. You got to get that Roadhog active, and he's now going whole hog on the point, putting the pressure onto the remainder of the team. Icy McSpicy chiming in with a kill of his own, taking out Xanity. Coco falls to High on Milo's whole hog, and then he just was the last one dead. So far, so good for Skirt. Once again, Darky, if you could switch the nameplates at the top, they're mixed up currently. Skirt is going to be the blue team, and Stridum is going to be the team in red. You should be able to just move it on your OBS.
Yeah, like I said at the start, Shadow missing is kind of a problem because right now Skirt is like not really being that big of a distraction to Milo. So Milo
right, I mean,
do his own thing.
Playing against and with Schick, he's not exactly the best tracer when it comes down to a full 6-on-6 team fight kind of situation. Definitely a better tracer in that scenario is going to be the XDX Shadows and and the DPS or D-Pro Goshki's up there with him. There's a lot of good traces out there that fall under that, but Shit's just not one of them, and he's good at the solo carry kind of stuff, but get him in a team fight, and he kind of falls a little bit short, in my opinion. Evan Mario getting a good kill onto So Supreme right there, and then Bolts, Icy McSpicy, and High on Milo chime in for the remainder of the kills for Skirt. High on Milo getting another one, taking out Alpha Wolf. Vanity does drop High on Milo, but the damage is already done at this point. It looks like Skirt might be able to hold on here. I don't know. Stridum looks like they could be turning it around. So Supreme does get back to try to contest here. We got Hojin coming around the side as well. Icy McSpicy making his way back. He is now contesting on the point. Schick is behind, trying to put some pressure down onto that Reinhardt. There's the Graviton coming out from Stridum immediately. Skirt dropping the beat, and it is kill for kill in the kill feed right now. We got a rocket barrage from Evan Mario picking up one. He gets another one. Schick does throw in the pulse bomb, gets one as well, but it is all blue now. Last one on the point is Alpha Wolf. He gets spotted by Bolt and taken out. Timer is running down. That's a full hold for Skirt.
How? I don't understand how they just did that with Silent and Widowmaker. I mean, I never really saw him in the top right ever.
I never saw him in the kill feed, but maybe just getting the body shots. He did get a good pick right there in the end against Evan Mario, which kind of led to the team kill for the most part for Skirt. So I think that was a good play on them, able to come in strong. They're probably using him just as a deterrent against Evan Mario, although not that viable in my opinion. He hasn't been doing that much work against Evan. Evan's still getting a great deal of kills, even against, you know, somebody directly trying to counter him.
Yeah, I mean, I could kind of think how Widow would kind of counter Evan, because, like, you know what I mean, the Mercy would always have to keep heals on because the body shots do a lot of damage.
Right, and it does, but I mean, when you got somebody like I think High on Milo actually did more against the pharmacy than the actual Widowmaker did. I was spectating him a couple times here and there. No Silent, he wasn't really landing too many shots onto Evan nor onto Alpha. He did get a pick here or there, but ultimately it was High on Milo putting some pressure down. Volts up top, you know, raining a lot of pressure. Good discords from Hojin, and I mean, I think a little bit of a waste. I think they would have been better on a soldier or something, because they would have had pressure for other things. But ultimately, they come out with a full hold on that one. So we can't really knock them for it. It worked, whatever they did. So yeah. We got Aaron in the chat saying, Jesus Christ, as long as Widow is alive, Farrah can't push. Yeah, I get what you guys are saying. You know, he's good at sniping out the Farrah. He's good at sniping out, you know, the Mercy, but he wasn't putting in that kind of work to necessarily allow him to stay on that character. But like I said, they did a great job. Either way it goes. He is going to stick with it, though. He's still sitting on that Widowmaker. We're going to see how he does in this. We'll do a little bit better job of tracking him and seeing how many shots he actually does register to keep that Farrah at bay for Stridum. Stridum on defense now. They're going to elect to get off of Big Earls and hold the street here. High on Milo going up top, trying to get a peek and a hook, but does miss that. Skirt making their way around this first little area. Evan Mario, though, raining it down on So Supreme, takes him out. Unviable is Silent at the moment. He hasn't done much to deter it. I'm watching the kill feed, and I'm watching the health bars at the moment. Coco taking a lot of damage. We do see Schick switching onto that Roadhog. He does get picked off by Volts almost immediately. Good job on that Farrah for Skirt. They're starting to push up now. Coco is a little out of sorts. I guess he's pushed up pretty far, but he does end up surviving that. Exegia takes out Hojin. So right now, Stridum is having the upper hand with getting the picks, but that's quickly turning around. Volts gets one onto Exegius, and then Icy throwing that saucy flame strike, and Xanity taking him out. Alpha Wolf gets picked off by Silent. So just like I was saying, he does a terrific job, or he's doing a terrific job maybe landing some body shots every once in a while. We do see him every once in a while in the kill feed. It's going to be a very quick cap here for Skirt. They're going to be able to take this thing out. Last one is going to be Schick. He gets picked off by Silent. So the Widowmaker now proving to be a viable option for Skirt as they end up getting a couple picks in the end. Good hook from High on Milo. There's the res coming out from Alpha Wolf, bringing the team back. High on Milo does take out Xanity. Here comes the Transcendence out of Skirt, as well as a breakdown from Stridum. Evan Mario getting a good rocket barrage out, takes out Silent. Hojin finishes off Schick and now it's just a battle on the point. We got So Supreme throwing it down on that Lucio, trying to hold it down. He gets taken out by Evan Mario, and then Evan Mario follows up, finishing off Ocean. Volts and Icy McSpicy combined for a kill apiece, and the payload is just mere meters away from being able to cap. It's a 4-on-2 on the point. We got Volts. He just got taken out by Evan Mario. Evan Mario really putting in the work right now for Stridum, ensuring that they can come out and hold this thing. They need to hold it for another minute 45. It's a lot of time on the clock for just what is it, a meter, 2 meters to be able to cap this thing. So Skirt, they really got to group up and make a solid push together. Am I right?
Yeah, they really have to, because I mean, I still don't understand why Silent is still on this Widow. I've been watching this entire round. He really isn't hitting that many shots. Just that one on the Roadhog and that one on the Mercy that one time. Really, other than that, and here we go with Milo.
Yeah, Milo going whole hog. We do see the Graviton surge coming out from Stridum into a Rocket Barrage from Evan Mario, but it is all cleanup duty here for Skirt as we get a Rocket Barrage of Volts coming out. Icy McSpicy and Silent combined for the remainder of the kills, and Skirt winning map number 1 here against Stridum in the semifinals for the PS4 Community Cup.
That Silent just made me eat my words right there. That man just got a triple right at the end.
Yeah, he actually came out very strong at the end. I mean, although he wasn't doing a lot, he did have some key picks in some key areas during the team fight. So as much as we want to say it's not working, it did work out for Skirt. Having him on that Widowmaker, he did a terrific job. Here goes Volts with the play of the game here, obviously getting come up from behind and help take out Evan Mario, and then push a triangle for a win of his own here, getting that Rocket Barrage going.
Yeah,
very good work.
Volts definitely did a great job that game with the dogfights against Evan Mario. I think he won like most of them. I think he went like 3 for 1 in the dogfights that they did fight. Right.
Did a terrific job. Very excited to see how this next map plays out here. Where are we going to? Let's check out the Battlefy. We are going to either Nepal or Dorado. It's going to be either Lijiang or Watch Point. It's going to be loser choice, so Stridum is going to have to let us know where they want to go. Looks like we're going to Lijiang for the next map.
Yeah.
Make sure all the settings are correct here. All right, we're good. All right, kicking this thing straight off.
Now arriving at Lijiang Tower.
I'm gonna eat in a second.
All right, so map number 2 here. This is a best of 3 series. So if Skirt can take the W here, they're going to be moving on to the finals. The next semifinals that we got up is going to be between Overwatch and Synergy. Those are the 2 team names. So I know Overwatch has got some very skilled players on it. Very excited to see how they play against that Synergy team. Synergy doing some good work during the season, as well as in previous tournaments, beating out Stridum a couple times here and there. Stridum overall has been the victor of most of the stuff here at the Overguard. So very exciting to see Skirt doing so well against them. Joker 47 JK. I do have Oblight here with me for this matchup. Actually, we're gonna switch it over. If Torrent, are you in here? I think Torrent. Are you here? Okay. Well, I guess I'm going solo for the time being.
I'm here.
Oh, I muted my mic. Hold up.
Okay, so
he's got it.
Torrent's going to be joining me for this matchup on this second map here. Stridum coming out against Skirt for map number 2. Immediately, we do see Stridum taking it to Skirt very strong right off the bat. They do get the first pick with Coco leading the charge, but immediately Skirt turning it around, getting 2 picks, as well as getting that Diva mech out of the way. Volts does get taken out by Evan Mario, and Hojin finishes off Exegis right now on the point. We do Stridum's Pharah Mercy combo over there, but very quickly Skirt makes their way over there to try to contest that point a little bit here. Silent now switching off of the Widow and onto the Tracer. He's trying to put in some work against that back line of Stridum, but Schick just too much on the Tracer. Gets a two-piece right away. Evan Mario getting one out of the mech is the debuff for Stridum. But she does survive for the time being, which is Xanadu. We do see So Supreme trying to get away, but Coco charges him down and takes him out with a swing of his mighty right-heart hammer. Evan Mario finishing off Oh Silent, and the point is being controlled by Stridum here. What do you think Skirt's going to have to do differently? Do you think they're going to have to change that lineup a little bit?
Yeah, I'm gonna think they're gonna have to like do something like they did in the first game where they had the Widow, because I was spectating O Silent most of the time just to see what he was doing on the Widow, and he was doing a great job of actually shutting Evan out. But just that said that, he switched the Soldier, which is a beautiful pick to get rid of the Pharah. But the thing about a Pharah is if you have a really good Pharah like Evan Mario, you need to focus him down. Like everyone needs to be shooting at him. Just get him down.
But you can't take too much off the front line of the rest of it, because when you got a team like Stridum, they're gonna punish you for just focusing down their Pharah that's in the sky. You take your attention off that front line, and they're gonna push you back pretty hard. We do see High on Milo getting a quick pick onto Schick right there, and that's gonna make Skirt back up. Stridum just doing a terrific job of the defense. They're sitting at about 75%. We do see some ults ready to go on the side of Skirt. They're sitting at 5 out of their 6 ready. We do see O Silent switching back to the Widowmaker, possibly to try to contain Evan Mario and Alpha Wolf a little bit better here. Stridum side of the house, we got 3 out of their 6 with Xanity's coming up very shortly. On the backside, we do see Skirt making their way around. They're going to lead in with the Transcendence. Here comes the breakdown out of Stridum into a big Earth Shatter that misses absolutely everybody from the side of Skirt. They get a breakdown of their own. Here comes Xanity throwing out that Diva Mech ult, and he gets nobody with that, but Coco picks off one. Alpha does fall. Overtime timer is ticking down. It is all blue. High on Milo changes that though. Gets a pick onto Exegius. It's 2-on-3 on the point. Evan Mario, Schick, and Coco still over there. They end up clearing off the remainder. Volt's coming in, does drop a good rocket barrage out, but gets taken out by Evan Mario, and that's going to be a first map victory here for Stridum.
There was a few questionable choices by Skirt, which I think lost them the game. Because there was a few times where Evan Mario did overextend and he could have been punished with like no repercussions, but they just didn't decide to focus him for some reason. They said, "Oh, Silent, you have a hit scan, you can take him down." And there was also a couple times where Silent, you know, if you have hit scan, or if you're trying to focus down a Pharah, don't switch too much, because you see Silent's got almost zero ults. He got 1 ult and it was on Tracer, and you need ults to combo. Like that's not good if you're just switching all the time. You're gonna have
you're definitely gonna lose the ult battle on that, because you're already an ultimate down when it comes down to it. All right. Second match starting up here for Lijiang between these two teams. Skirt winning the first map, which was Route 66 with a full hold. Stridum winning the first map of in this best of 5 on the King of the Hill here, and they're starting strong on this one with Schick getting the first pick in the back line against Hojin, taking him out. The Zenyatta will not be in play for Skirt to start us off, but High on Milo and Bolts even it out, getting 1 pick apiece, so for a total of 2. Bolts does get taken out by Evan Mario. Silent chiming in. He is now on to the Genji. Takes out Alpha Wolf. I think the Genji is a good pick for him. Icy and Spicy finishing off that Diva Mech. Now they're on the hunt trying to finish him off. And there he goes. Xanity is down. High on Milo gets a saucy little pick onto Exegius. Last one on the point is going to be Coco. We do see Evan Mario is able to get away, but he's going to be chased down by O Silent. It looks like he might be able to get away though. Stridum going to have to regroup and come back in for another run at this. We do see the ults really starting to tick up on both sides of the house. Everybody sitting at about 70% on both sides, although we are going to see High on Milo's coming up very shortly. Ice and Spicy likes to take the high ground on the Winston to help out a little bit up there and jump down on everybody as they push in. Stridum making their way through. They're kind of splitting up. We see Xanity going server room side with Schick over there, but he likes to go back around to help his tank out. Ice McSpicy immediately jumping down to contest against Coco. It's 1-for-1 swap in the back. Here comes a rocket barrage out of Evan Mario. He gets nothing out of that. Here comes a rampage out of the monkey on the skirt side of the house. Evan and Xanity getting 1 pick apiece to start off, because they've got that breakdown on their side. That's going to help them out a lot. Looks like they might be able to take this point. Hojin coming in, gets the Transcendence to stall it out a little bit here. Schick lands that pulse bomb, ends up taking him out. Volts with a 2-piece on the rocket barrage, picks up a third, taking out Evan Mario. Volts holding it down, able to keep them off the point. That was all Volts all the time on that one.
That made me very nervous there, because Evan Mario, he's doing work. This is why they are so good at 2CP, because Evan Mario just does all this work and he destroys everything. And just as I say that, Jurikato, he's gonna take one down. It's gonna be Hojin, and they're gonna have Hojin down, so they're gonna need to take it back from 4v6 right now. As Colossus Cloud goes down, that's gonna be a big pick on the Reinhardt. 5v4 right now. Evan Mario, close to his ult, he's going off right now on the point. He's just got another pick. Beautiful.
He just picked up a 2-piece on that one.
Mario.
Stridum able to switch the point back over. It is at 97% though, so Skirt, they've got a ton of time to be able to regroup this thing. So if you're Skirt, you back up, you regroup, you maybe farm a little bit of ult, but it comes with a disadvantage as well, because Stridum is already sitting on 3 ults. We're going to see Coco's and Exegius is coming up very soon, so you don't want to take too long to jump in, but you got to get those first picks. I think that dive comp sort of thing that they're running here is going to work out for them in the end. Evan Mario throwing out that rocket barrage does get one, but Hojin on the Zenyatta picks up a 2-piece. High on Milo gets one, Silent, Sosa gets one as well. There's the Saucy Rez coming from the Stridum side. Alpha Wolf bringing it home for his team, but I don't know if it's going to work out for him. 3 picks fall in favor of Skirt right now. Schick is down, Alpha Wolf is down. Evan Mario does get one onto Hojin. Here comes the Rampage out of Icy McSpicy, throwing his weight around as a Winston. Breakdown coming out from Stridum. Exegius holding it down for his team. Evan Mario still up top. And here comes the whole hog out of Xanity. This could be it for Skirt in this team fight. Xanity getting Icy McSpicy. Volts trying to even it out. Does get one onto Colossus Cloud, but he gets hooked in by Xanity. Stridum holds on. Alpha Wolf 177. That was all on him. Had he not been able to get that res off, that would have been a team loss for Stridum on that one.
What I want to see more is I want to see them utilizing the speed group more, because they really haven't been utilizing it very much to dive the backline and take out that really key target in Exegius or Alpha Wolf, because Alpha Wolf's been doing extreme work on the Mercy, keeping Evan Mario alive. And Winston is very deadly to Mercy.
Yeah. This could be dangerous though for Stridum. They do not have that Zenyatta, and O Silent popped that Dragon Blade. He was able to get a pick. Now High Eye Milo goes whole hog on the point. It is all falling in favor of Skirt. It's at 99%. They're going to take this one. They even things out here on Li Jiang.
That was down to the wire.
Score.
I think that it was just small mistakes at the end that took down Stridum. I mean, Evan Mario's
well, I
their
mean,
main
I think it was more comp than anything, because you know, once Alpha Wolf uses that res, that's all he's got until he can get the next one. So that's a push button reset. After that, it's not like they had the Zenyatta. They already used Exegius' breakdown. So all Skirt had to do and recognize was that they had no support ults to defend against an onslaught that Skirt could throw down, and that's what they did. You know, they waited for those ults to be used, and they came in with the Dragon Blade, came in with High on Milo's whole hog, and they were able to take the point back pretty easily in that team fight.
I think that it's just without Evan Mario, Alpha Wolf is nothing, pretty much, because I don't think he's that good without Evan Mario helping him. But
what, on the Mercy? Because he plays other characters that he's really good at. So yeah, as far as a Mercy, with him without Evan Mario being there, you know, the Mercy would get focused down a little bit better because there's less escape for that Mercy. So I guess I could agree with you on that one. On the point though, starting this map off, we do see Skirt coming on very strong. Volts really to them here. They use a couple picks, even taking out Evan Mario. High on Milo finishing off Alpha Wolf. We do see O Silent still sticking on to that Widow, but now as I say that, he does switch off. He is now on the Soldier. As far as lineup, I love what we're seeing out of Skirt. Definitely a good counter to what Stridum is running. They've got a, you know, now we see Stridum actually switching it up to try to combat what Skirt's got, which isn't often that you see Stridum put on their heels and have to switch off. We see Coco switching off of that Reinhardt and going on to that Zarya. We've seen him play before. He's very well versed in just about every character he plays. So I'm very excited to see how well Stridum's lineup here does. Big hook does come from high on Milo, landing that onto Schick. He ends up getting counter hooked, but finishes him off. There goes the Rocket Barrage out of Bolt, picking up 2 feet, finishes off Coco, finishes off Sanity, and the whole hog comes out from high on Milo to help his team spread some damage out. Icy McSpicy gets the pick onto Alpha Wolf, so no res anytime soon. She's only sitting at 75%. Bolt's doing a terrific job taking out the other support. Exegius, and still on the point is going to be Skirt, holding this thing down. They are above 50% now.
I think Stridum just needs to abandon the poke game and just go straight in. You know, probably pull out a Winston or something. Just
Go for a dive comp of their own.
Yeah.
Dive the dive.
It's,
so they
it's a
do
much better idea than what they're trying to do now.
They are playing the poke game. They are going to lead in here. They do break down to get things going, but immediately Skirt gets a breakdown of their own. Schick landing the first blow onto high on Milo. This is going to be trouble for Skirt. Everybody pretty low here. Evan Mario landing that one onto Hojin. Silent getting a saucy little helix rocket onto Colossus the Cloud, finishing him off. It is back and forth. Xanity and Evan, though, turning tides in favor of Stridum as they can take on Bolts and So Supreme. And now it's going to be flopping over to Stridum for the remainder here. Hopefully, Stridum's going to be able to hold on for the remainder. Here comes the Tac Visor out for Skirt. Immediately, though, gets hooked in by Schick, negating all that. Here comes Stridum with a good Graviton Surge. Immediately, the Transcendence coming out for Skirt to keep the team alive. Sosa does get hooked in and finished off by Evan Mario. There goes the Rocket Barrage out of Evan Mario, picking up a 3-piece. He's got 4 in this fight. Icy in a lot of trouble right now. He's going down by Evan as well. That's 5 picks in this team fight by Evan Mario. The backpack's getting heavy, sir. You're gonna have to empty that one out.
I am empowered.
Evan Mario has just been doing a fantastic job of avoiding Silent right now. Just it's so amazing how he maneuvers around the map to just avoid the big cluster of damage and take down the key targets. I think he's one of the best players in the game when it comes to that.
Oh, most definitely.
Best.
Stridum does have a res ready to go, so look for that to come in pretty well. Alpha Wolf always doing a great job at getting some good reses in. He's going to be in trouble if he gets into that point, though. High on Milo gets a pick on 2 Schick, and there's Volts getting 2. High on Milo getting 2 as well. There's that res. I knew Alpha Wolf would throw that down, and he does. Here comes the breakdown out of Stridum, so res into a breakdown. That's how you want to utilize that res. You can't just res and hope for the best. You got to have some backup. Volts getting that pick onto Alpha Wolf. So a man down is Stridum, and Schick is in some trouble. So is Coco. Both of them about to be taken out here. Schick gets taken out by Silent. Evan finishing off Silent. Xanity trying to turn it around. Takes out Hojin. On the point, we do see Coco get taken out by Icy McSpicy. And we still got Evan and Xanity on the point, trying to keep their hopes alive. So Supreme and the Winston being played by Icy McSpicy are still over there trying to contest, but Evan Mario takes out Sosa. Now it's just back. It's going to be back and forth. Here comes the whole hog. Here comes the Rocket Rod out of Evan Mario, and it's going to be Stridum on the point here. Ooh, a counter. There we go. Volt's throwing out a Rocket Barrage of his own. He does pick up 2, but it is all blue in the kill feed at this point. Stridum is going to be able to take this map.
Evan Mario just... Oh my god. Oh wait, there's going to be Ice McSpicy. He's going to try to get it. There was the Harambe strat. Ah, he gets down.
He's taken out very quickly by Evan Mario.
So there was one thing I saw from Evan Mario that I absolutely loved. It was so spicy. It was the nicest prank I've ever seen. He hit him with the boop. He hit the Roadhog with the boop when the Roadhog tried to hook him, and he made the Roadhog miss the hook. That was just absolutely extraordinary. I'm at a loss for words. And I just want to see them keep this calm. Maybe I really want to see the counter Winston come in so we can see you know, Winston jumping around everywhere. That's always fun.
Connection
Good
ongoing.
stuff. All right, so Stridum Doesn't look like they're going to be changing much of their lineup. They just won that map, so stick with what you got. We are going to see Skirt going with the same lineup they've been running as well. Silence sticking onto that Genji. I think a good call for Skirt at this point. Both teams going to elect to go the backside here and avoid any Pharah boops that could possibly come. High on Milo and Sosa taking a lot of damage to start us off here. Evan Mario up top in the back, trying to get some quick picks onto Skirt and apply that pressure to the backside. Hojin taking a lot of damage. First pick though is going to fall to Skirt as we see Silent on that Genji take out Evan Mario. High on Milo does drop the Zanity though, so it's a 1-for-1 swap. Icy evening things out though, getting the pick onto Exegius. There goes Silent with a good dash through that Mercy, taking her out. Point is unlocked. We're seeing Skirt on the point, trying to take it over first. Shik does fall to Silent, and Colossus takes out Hojin. Skirt able to get there. They're gonna get the first percentages on the point. This is definitely a must-win situation for Skirt. They definitely want to keep their hopes alive to be able to secure the victories over Stridum. They do not want to even the series out against Stridum, give them a chance to come back kind of thing. You don't want to do that with Stridum. They're a very strong team. They'll make you pay for that. Evan Mario getting that pick on the bolts to start this team fight out. Here comes the Dragon Blade coming out for the side of Stridum to lead us off, but I don't think it's going to be of much use. The rest of the team's already dropped at this point. The side of Skirt has, for that matter. So very good team fight victory for Stridum on that. They didn't use any ults other than that Dragon Blade to get in there and get things done. Skirt on the other hand, they're going to hold on to their ult and probably push in with them on this one. Hojin getting picked off right now. It's going to delay Skirt's ability to get to the point and allow Stridum to get some much needed percentage going their way.
Skirt seems to have a buildup of ults here. They have 4 ults. If they don't win this next fight with these ults, that would spell disaster for them. As, you know, the percentage is racking up on Stridum's side. And
they're about to tie things up. That's gonna be a pretty big thing. Here comes the breakdown coming out of both sides. We got Silence, Dragon Blade going live on the point, trying to get some picks through that breakdown. He doesn't get any to start off here though. There's the Graviton Surge coming out from Stridum. Immediately the Rocket Barrage from Evan Mario. Good dash coming up from Silent. Volts finishing him off. Evan does get 2 in it. The point is going to flip over to Skirt. They did use a couple of ults to get that done. They had High on Milo, So Supreme, Silent, all use their ults. So that's 3 they had to use to take that over. For the side of Stridum, they used some ults as well. We did see Evan Mario and Coco use both of theirs. So it's going to be pretty evenly matched coming up to this next one. We got Ice and McSpicy and Volts ready to go with theirs. So that's going to be a Rampage as well as a good Rocket Barrage out of Volts. Stridum side of the house, they're going to have that res. They've been holding on to that for a while now. Shik is going to go whole hog, and he does get a pick onto Silence. So there's 3 up for this team fight, and Stridum is probably going to be able to take this over, but oh, there it is. Volt's coming in, evening things out, gets a saucy 3-piece. There's the res though from Stridum, immediately negating any kills that came from Skirt's ult usage. And now the Rampage comes out from Skirt. We got the Monkey flopping around on the point, trying to do some work, push him off. Evan Mario and Coco combined for a kill apiece on that one. Now the Monkey is in some danger as Coco takes him out. Last one is Silent. He gets dashed through by Zanity, and that's going to lead Stridum to be able to take this point back over. 93% is what Skirt is currently sitting on. So they need one more good team fight win, and they'll be able to secure this map.
Yeah, they really need to pick this up here. But you definitely want to see Stridum just hold right here. They need to hold this. They hold one more time, they probably have a good chance of taking it unless, you know, a really good triple comes in from Skirt. Anyways, we're going to have to drop the beat coming in from the side of Stridum. That's not going to do much. They're going to get 2 picks, 3 picks now. Beautiful picks, but they're going to have an ult on their side by Silent. He's going to be taking down people with his blade, just slice it through everyone, but still, he is not going to have enough to carry the team by himself, and that is going to be a 1-team fight for Stridum.
Right, Stridum did a terrific job negating any ults that came out from Skirt. They only had to fight through the 1 Dragon Blade. I think Stridum's breakdown on that one from Exegius really staved off a lot of that damage from Silent. So a terrific job on Stridum using their ults. Here comes the Rock Barrage coming out from Evan Mario, and one coming out from Volts as well. Both Barons picking up 2 kills apiece. There's the Graviton Surge from Stridum. They do get the whole team caught in that, but nothing left for them to be able to secure a victory in that team fight, utilizing that. Evan Mario picking up 2. High on Milo getting 1. Icy getting 1. Overtime timer is ticking down right now. Last one on the point is Evan Mario and Xanity trying to contest thing. Here comes the Dragon Blade out of Xanity. He gets picked off though by High on Milo. Point is gonna flop over to Skirt. We do see a Mercy of their own being played by Hojin. Icy McSpicy getting off the edges, no good. I think he got hooked off, but Chick ends up going off as well. So good trade when it comes down to it. And Skirt taking this map, able to hold on here to tie things up at 2. Very good gameplay out of both of these teams.
2-2.
Stridum had them right where they wanted them, and then they couldn't finish it. It just felt like that last fight was very just unorganized, scrappy, and it cost them the game.
Yeah, it really did. I mean, they use the Graviton Surge without Evan's ult, which is very, very rare for Stridum. Usually you see that kind of used in conjunction with each other. Evan Mario able to, you know, sneak around and get some good picks inside that Graviton Surge. So we didn't see that, and I think that led to a lot of issues for Stridum losing that team fight. Also, they didn't have Alpha Wolf Res ready to go just yet. Skirt did a terrific job of siding out Alpha Wolf and being able to take him out and kind of negate that Mercy res that could have possibly came. I don't think the Mercy even had the res up, but either way, a terrific job out of Skirt to notice and neutralize the Mercy. Just about every team fight we've seen Skirt able to, you know, take away that Mercy res power. So this is it, guys. This is map number 2. If Skirt does win this, they're going to be moving on to the finals and 2-0ing Stridum, which is something that doesn't happen very often. So it's very cool to see, kind of, to be honest with you. I love seeing Stridum. They're a terrific team. They do get a run for their money at certain times, and this is a prime example. They are down a usual player though. They do have who is it? Schick filling in for XDX Shadow. So a little bit of a different lineup for Stridum coming out here today, although it shouldn't make too big of a difference. Schick still a terrific Tracer player, as well as other characters. Skirt securing the first point here, able to get the first point percentages with a good team fight victory. Don't think they really lost anybody in that team fight. I think they might have lost 1 or 2, but that was about it. Otherwise, a very terrific job from Skirt to start things off, though, as he just getting that quick pick onto High on Milo Volt with a good Rocket Barrage in the back. Gets 1, but he does get deflected back at him. Xanity taking him out, but not before he did get 2 kills. So 2 up, or 1 up now is going to be the side of Skirt, but Schick ties that thing up, taking out Ocean. No silent though, here comes his Dragon Blade. He does take out Exegius. At the same time, we get a rampage going on from the Monkey on the Skirt side, which is being played by Icy McSpicy. A Dragon Blade of Stridum's own from Xanity comes out. He hasn't got a pick just yet with it. Ends up not getting anything immediately. Getting contested by Icy McSpicy. Evan finishing off Sosa, and the point is still being controlled by Skirt at this point. 2 ults ready to go for them, and they're going to have High on Milo's coming up very shortly. As far as Stridum goes, though, they haven't been using their ults very well. They've been popping them, but not getting the kill out of them. We should see something coming up very soon. We do have Evan Mario ready to go with his Alpha Wolf's ready, and Colossus possibly pretty soon, but he did get taken out by Silent right there with a good dash. Evan Mario takes out Ocean, but there's the rest coming out from Stridum. They are a man up. Immediately, the breakdown comes out from Skirt, and they are 2 up, just like that. Silent finishes off Exegius, and Evan Mario gets taken out. Schick falls as well. High Milo goes whole hog to help his team spread some damage out. Xanity still in the back, being contested a little bit here by Silent, so Genji 1v1 going on over there. Still in control of the point is Skirt. Exegius trying to contest over there with Colossus Cloud and Evan Mario. Colossus gets taken out, so does Evan Mario. Exegius falls overtime, ticking down. This is gonna be it. I do not know if Stridum's gonna be able to get back to the point. This could be over, and it is.
Oh my
Skirt able to take a 2-0 victory over Stridum here in the semifinals for the PlayStation Community Cup. Congratulations, Skirt. You're gonna be moving on to the semis. Play of the match is going to come from Alpha Wolf on the Stridum side, playing Mercy. No doubt it's going to be a good res coming out. That's a saucy 5-piece. Bringing the whole team back. Does get dropped, but I can't remember specifically. I think they do lose that team fight. So even though it was a good 5-piece res, it wasn't what Stridum needed. It wasn't enough to get them the victory here. Skirt moving on.
Mission accomplished.
That was a pretty spicy prank right there. You know, he just came in and just said, "Hey, it's your boy Fuzi, and you know,
accidentally dropped the
yeah,
custom
but
game.
that's just insane. I just don't think Stridum was able to coordinate enough, and they just need to have. If they have XTX Shadow back, they could probably coordinate better, but they just weren't able to. They were all spread out. They were just getting picked off. There wasn't much coordination going on.
All right, let me see if I can get you guys joined back in here. I accidentally closed out the lobby. That's my fault. I gotta set this thing back up. We are gonna be moving into the next semifinal round here. It's gonna be between Overwatch and Synergy. So give us just a moment to get this ready to go, and we'll be back with some good action. All right, there we go. Lobby's back and made. Let me invite these guys. We're gonna be starting off once again on Route 66. Very excited to see the gameplay out of these two teams. Synergy, a very good team. We've seen them take a tournament before, and we've seen them beat Stridum before. The team they're going up against, though, it's got a lot of good players on it. I know Trisoft and Rezi are both terrific players. Very excited to see how well they all do together. I know they've worked their way up the ladder so far to be able to beat Baiters, and they beat Enigma Gaming to get here. As far as Synergy, they beat Elite Gaming and Aerial Arise. Skirt to be able to get past Stridum, they took out Stridum. They took out Legacy Gaming and and Equinox Gaming to get to their final spot. Stridum on their pathway, they took out High Class and Volume Gaming, all 2-0 victories. So congratulations to all teams making it to the semifinals, and now Skirt making it to the finals. Congratulations to them. Synergy and Overwatch is up next. See if I can get them in here.
Yeah, is it me or Oblight?
Oblight. We'll go back to Oblight.
Yeah,
We'll switch y'all back in. We'll just keep switching you guys in and out.
Dude, this Re-Resi's team, that's a Call of Duty team. They all came from COD. I know all these guys.
So, Darky, you're going to want to change the names. For the blue team, that is going to be Overwatch. For the red team, it is going to be Synergy. Just waiting on these guys to get in the lobby, and then we're going to start things up for these two. I think we're just waiting on one, and that's going to be for the side of Overwatch. They've got everybody else. I know Synergy's already got their guys in here and ready to go. Alright, I think this is their team lineup. Let me get with Brett to make sure.
Traveling to Route 66.
Sorry about the silence, guys. We were trying to get everything kind of figured out in regards to team lineups and who was on what team. So thank you for bearing with us. So I think I'm going to have, what is this, Oblight, you're here, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm Gozy. I'm going to have Oblight in here. He's going to be the co-commentator for this match. Last map, it was Torrent Doesn't Win. So thank you both for being here and co-commentating with me. And of course, thank you to Darky125 for streaming this for us. This is going to be the semifinals on the other side of the bracket between Synergy and Overwatch. Very excited to see the gameplay that's going to be coming out of the Overwatch side. I know what Synergy is capable of, so just kind of wanting to see what we can see out of this blue team here, which is Overwatch. They are going to be starting out on the defense. Yeah, I'm expecting a lot. I'm expecting a lot out of them. They got a lot of big names on their team, so
yeah. But I'm expecting Synergy to take this just because they're the top two team. They are the team that just made it to the finals of the Season 4. So I really expect them to take this 2-0, no problem.
Well, then again, I didn't really expect Stridum to lose against Skirt either. So I mean, kind of some upsets happening. So I wouldn't be surprised if Overwatch was able to pull off a W here. Synergy, your attacking team first. They are coming out with a pretty standard comp. They're running a 2-2-2 setup with their DPS being D-Pro on that Tracer and Supreme Aaron sitting on the Soldier. Good hit scan. Supreme Aaron is a terrific hit scan player, so very excited to see him come out here and put in some work against this Overwatch team. For the blue team, they are running a 2-2-2 setup as well. They've got the Ana on the heels instead of the Zenyatta. Right off the bat, we do see Synergy taking it to them, though. They are getting the first kills and the first advantages here for ult as they just walk through the D of Overwatch. Very good work out of Synergy to be able to get a very quick time posted for this first point. Now they're going to be moving into the second phase here, Street phase. What do you think that Overwatch is going to have to do to change things up?
I think the Overwatch might need to go with a different switch for ASUM, maybe get like a Pharah or something to defend Aaron. Because right now Aaron is just sitting on top of this building, doing his thing, killing Red Dog, ulting already. He already has his ult up within the first 2 minutes of the game. He's going to go ahead and pick up 2 kills with that ult, one on the Soldier and one on the Ana. He's going to shoot the shield like all soldiers do. And right now this is going to be another huge fight win for Synergy, just to keep that payload moving.
Right, they're doing a terrific job. I mean, their flankers, their DPS, I guess I should say, doing a terrific job of pushing forward and getting up there to contest the defense of Overwatch. Overwatch not having much to say about it. They're kind of just you know, letting it happen. There's not much contest on them at all. We did see Asim come on the back and try to put a deflect onto the ulting soldier, which was Supreme Aaron's. We got the tac visor coming out from Rad right now. Let's see if he can get any real value out of it. There's a Graviton Surge coming out from Synergy right now. They do get a huge pulse bomb. We know D-Pro is capable, and he does. He shows us right there. I think that was a 4-piece that he just got. So actually, I think it was 5 that he actually just got. So good work for Synergy so far. They have yet to be stopped on this payload other than the stop for the payload to cap. Very good job from Synergy. Overwatch definitely going to have to do a better job if they plan to stop Synergy. I don't know what they can necessarily change. I think it's just pure outplay when it comes down to the individual characters at this point. As far as teamwork too, we're not seeing the same level out of Overwatch that we're seeing out of Synergy. They seem to be utilizing their ults a lot better and pushing together as a team. We see Dykeman charging in right there. Immediately he gets the bubble from Golden Bullet. There goes the hammer down from Overwatch. Immediate response coming out of Synergy with a breakdown, leading into 2 kills. Here comes Supreme with another tac visor. Puts the hurt onto the enemy soldier as well as Re-Resi, taking both of them out, and that's just about another team fight win for the side of Synergy. Very little trouble moving through. We do see Trisoft charging in to put some pain down, but he's going to be taken out by Dyclan. Actually, I'm sorry, by Golden Bullet with the assist from Dyclan. Asim comes in, but immediately hammered down by Dyclan. Here comes the Graviton Surge out of Overwatch, but the team's dead. Nothing they can do about it. Synergy unstopped through that. Very good offense coming down.
Synergy just walked right through them exactly how I expected. I mean, there's some great players in this Overwatch team, but Synergy, like I said at the very beginning, is just a top 2 team. You expect this out of them almost every single game. So, I mean, they really just showed what they can do, and they're probably going to end up going to finals. So
are you anticipating a first point hold here?
Yes, I am. I honestly think that's what's going to happen.
You know, I would not be surprised. I'm honestly a little bit surprised that Overwatch got rolled so easily. Usually you do see a good snowball out of Synergy, but this was absolutely just quick. They're really not trying to waste any time getting to the finals. They want to make sure to get there with plenty of time left for dinner. So good job from Synergy.
That was an amazing job by them. So, I mean, there has to be a lot of changes going on in this Overwatch side. Like, they already are switching their Lucio around. They are bringing out the Pharah Mercy, maybe to bring some success from Evan. Re-Resi is pretty good Pharah. Asim is on the Zarya. I've never really seen him play Zarya, so I don't really know what he can bring. Rad is on Roadhog. Never seen him play that either. And they have Zach on the Mercy. For the Synergy side, they have Golden Bullet on Zarya, Lenny on Zen, which he always plays D-Pro. Tracer 10 is on Lucio, Dyclan, Reinhardt, and Supremes on Soldier.
My tactical visor is charging.
Supremes let us know his tactical visor is charging. This is all this man can say.
My tactical visor is charging.
Retna says, I like the commentators. Thank you, Retna. We appreciate it. We really do. Joker47, Killicon is back, guys. Back to lurking. Of course, that's Killicon's job in the Overguard, man. We assigned him to #1 lurker. He is absolutely terrific at that job. Synergy coming up to take big Earls on the defense. A lot of shield damage coming out to the side of Overwatch as well as to the side of Synergy. Both teams putting a lot of pressure onto that Reinhardt shield. No picks just yet. Playing very defensive is Synergy, but look for them to change that strategy up very quickly and start to make a good defensive push into this offense here. We do see Man try to put some pressure onto Dyclan from down below, but immediately regrets that decision, has to pull the shield back up to negate some damage that was coming out from the Synergy side. Ice McSpicy, you get me wet as well. D-Pro skills taking out the rat dog. D-Pro gets taken out in return. So it's a 1-for-1 block right there. Dyclan evening it out though. Takes out Asim. Here comes the tac visor. We knew Supreme Aaron's had it because he told us. Picks up a saucy 2-piece. Getting Resi and Zach out of the air. So good job on that pharmacy. Able to handle that and control those guys.
Yeah, that was a very great job. Aaron's already getting his ult. I mean, basically all he had to do is just spam in chat, group up with me. I got my ult. But yeah, Supreme's got his ult very quickly. Golden Bullet is at 70 for his ult, so we could probably see a combo coming out from him in D-Pros. Even though D-Pros is only at about 45, as you can see. He was just at 30. So we're going to go ahead and probably see a combo from them in this fight right here.
I'm very excited to see it, to be honest with you. Here comes the hammer downs coming out from the side of Synergy. Dyklan very good at landing those half the time. Otherwise, he's hammering down into shields. Here comes the breakdown out of Synergy, allowing them to possibly win this team fight. There goes D-Pro throwing out his pulse bomb. No real value out of that. We do see a breakdown from Overwatch as well as a rocket barrage, but immediately Synergy throwing out that graviton surge. They pick up 4 in that team fight. Manny does get 2, but it's not going to be enough. We do see Synergy winning yet another team fight. This could possibly go the way you said it would in regards to a full hold. Synergy doing a terrific job. We are going to have to see both their Zenyatta and their Reinhardt get back in time, though, which is Dyklan. He is already back. And we do see Lenny getting back right now. So very little effectiveness coming out of Overwatch. They're not able to get the picks or move forward with those picks. So I think if they're going to have any hope, they're going to have a lot better coordination on ults, and they're going to have a lot better communication on who they're targeting. Because if you're looking right now, it's kind of spread out in regards to who they're focusing on. You got 2 of them focusing on Dyklan, and 2 of them in the back trying to focus on the top side. So Overwatch is going to have to do a lot better job. D-Pro throwing out that pulse bomb, does pick up 1, he picks up another one. Here comes Supreme Aaron's with yet another tac visor in the backside, gets 2 right off the bat. Golden Bullet and Lenny combined for 1 apiece. Dyklan still swinging that hammer, ends up taking out Trisoft, and ASIM falls to D-Pro. Once again, another good teamfight victory for Synergy. Good old usage out of them. Great flanking out of Supreme Aaron's to get behind the team, get that tac visor, and put the pressure on. Once you're in behind on that soldier doing that, it throws off the whole enemy team. They don't know whether to focus the front line or turn around to take care of that soldier. So great work out of Synergy so far. Here comes the Graviton Surge out of Overwatch. Immediately the Transcendence comes out from Synergy to negate any damage that's coming out. Supreme Aaron is in a little bit of trouble. He does get taken out by Rezi. Rezi now throwing out a rocket barrage. Gets 1, picks up 2, gets a 3rd. Tinkin ends up falling last. We do see Dyklan and D-Pro still over there trying to get death. A good charge comes out from Dyklan, able to take out Trisoft. Good pulse bomb from D-Pro as he lands that onto the soldier, the Rat Dog, taking him out. And it's 2v2 on the point. Baramercia against Reinhardt Tracer. Who's going to win this battle? Supreme Aaron's comes in to help things out. Dyklan falls to Rezi. Golden Bullet comes back to assist. There's Tinkin and the Zenyatta as well. Breakdown coming out to help Synergy out. They pick up 2 in the process, getting Zach and Rezi both down. Good charge for Manny. There's that Graviton Surge that Synergy needed so desperately, but the breakdown negates a lot of that. Overwatch able to maybe hold on here. Trisoft still there, contesting the point through overtime, but he's got an uphill battle. It's a 2v1. He gets taken out by Dyklan, and that's a first point hold for Synergy, taking map number 1 here on Route 66.
That was a really great game. It almost played out exactly how I expected it to. The Overwatch team actually should have used their ult about a minute left, because they had their Graviton Surge up, and Lenny didn't have his Zenyatta ult up, so that could have been a wipe for Overwatch, and that could have easily just let them cap the first point.
All right, here comes that play of the match coming out from D-Pro. No doubt it's going to be that Graviton Surge with just also epic pulse bomb that he's about to throw in as they're napping. Throws it in, catches them sleeping, sends them to the spawn point. Great job coming from D-Pro. Play of the match. We're going to back things out back to the lobby, guys, and we're going to get these guys into their second map. It's going to be Loser's Choice, which is going to be Overwatch. They're going to have to choose between Lijiang and Watchpoint Gibraltar. Let's see which way they go with it. If you're Overwatch, do you choose Lijiang, or do you try to go for that Watchpoint? Which one do you go with?
I'm going with Lijiang here because I feel like that is definitely a better map for them, because Rezi, they all have great individual talent, and King of the Hill, you can kind of get away with more individual talent instead of teamwork.
I just want to see Lijiang. talent to the teamwork.
Alright, just waiting to see which map they're going to go to, guys. Give us just a minute. Alright.
Yo, what is up, guys? It's Scares here.
It's who?
Scares.
Who's that?
What?
I said, who's that?
You don't know who that is?
No.
Gozi is a man here. He's not a teenager. Doesn't pay attention to the internet.
Yeah, I don't. I really try not to. Internet's full of bad.
It's for those kids.
Get off my lawn! Looks like we're going to Lijiang. Oh
I didn't
man.
know I was casting with Aaron's.
I'm feeling that Lijiang pick.
I'm pretty excited to see this.
Now arriving at Lijiang.
Kind of see what happens, but potentially we are looking at Synergy against Skirt in the finals if Synergy pulls the same kind of gameplay we saw on Route 66. Excited to see if Overwatch can kind of compete against these guys.
Overwatch just needs to let out their EPS and their strong players. They need a strong foundation to back up their strong players.
Maybe go
Because-
a 4-2, 4 DPS, 2 healers.
Oh yeah, dude, totally.
That's what we saw on Xbox last night, so wouldn't surprise me to see it here.
That'd just be beautiful. I'm so down for that. I want to see any crazy comp that I can.
We gotta watch that. Watch the video from last night. The Xbox. I think it was the finals actually. They went 4-2. Both teams actually went 4-2. So it was pretty crazy to try to commentate. A lot of action happening at the same time. Very cool stuff.
That sounds like it'd just be very split. There'd be a lot of 1v1s.
No, I mean they had Final Six was working really well together to make sure that they were getting the pace that they needed. But let's turn our attention to this match here. Synergy in the semifinals here against Overwatch, going in on Lijiang. This is map number 2. They took a very quick victory on Route 66, so I look for them to do somewhat the same thing here. We do see Zach immediately taking a dive off the edge of Lijiang. Clan and Supreme Aaron's get the first 2 picks here to lead things off. And Asen does get one for the side of Overwatch, but I don't think it's going to be enough. The Rat Dog trying to turn things around, gets one on Linny, but Supreme Aaron's answering right back, taking out Manny, then following up, finishing off the Rat Dog. Synergy able to take the first point percentage here. What do you guys think here, Overguard Twitch chat? What do you guys think? Is Synergy being pretty demanding in this match? Are they winning this thing pretty decisively? Do you think they're gonna move on to the finals? And if so, who do you think is gonna win the finals between them and Skirt?
I'm going with Skirt.
You're going with Skirt. That's a bold prediction.
I mean, if we're talking about it, I mean, they did beat Stridum, who are like the favorites probably for this tournament. Like,
Right.
I mean, you can't count out Synergy, but still, I mean, they beat Stridum. That's just a feat itself. So I really just want to see that happen.
But it looks like Rezi's back to his roots. He's sitting on that McCree. He did get a saucy little two-piece right there. Leading into this team fight, Overwatch coming on very strong. They've got all their players on point. Good pulse bomb coming out from the Rat Dog. Takes out Dyclan. Immediately a good canister from Manny. Manny takes out Tinkin. And full reverse mode is going to be Synergy as they give up the point. They do have 50% in their favor right now, so they're just going to let them have it and then go back in with their full team. I think a good play for Synergy to make here. If you're already losing the team fight, why try to throw more bodies at it in hopes he will? Here comes the Graviton Surge and a good rocket barrage from D-Pro as he picks up 4 in that fight. Dyclan charges Rezi and takes him out, and this is a very good team fight win for Synergy here. Lenny takes out the Rad Dog, and very quickly they answer back. They lost the point, only 28% went over to Overwatch. Very quickly, Synergy answers back, taking it.
Dyclan just teabagging right in the middle of the fight. Anyway, let's keep going. So they're gonna be pushing on this point here. Supreme Aaron just laying into that shield. Gonna be trying to find some picks. They've got 3 ultimates on the side of Overwatch. And they're gonna need to use them finally. Aston just got his ultimate. That's gonna be 4, but they're gonna go down with all these ultimates.
Yeah, that's a full team wipe.
Kill.
That is a full team wipe. Let's
Wow.
get a hashtag gong in the chat. Let's ring the gong for the team wipe. Good job on Synergy, able to secure that team fight win. They are going to be walking into 4 ults coming up. If you look at the team, though, Synergy almost all on fire. Dyclan probably pretty close. He did get a good hammer down the majority of the team as he is playing a very offensive Reinhardt. He's going to find himself in some trouble, though. He gets taken out by Rezi. Here's the answer from Overwatch that they needed. They get 3 kills to start off into this team fight. There's a 4th and a 5th. D-Pro falls to Rezi. They're going to take the point over, but it's all up to just one team fight at this point. If Synergy can get in, they've still got the Transcendence to work with. We're gonna see D-Pro coming up with his ult very quickly. We saw him get a 4-piece with that rocket barrage earlier, so don't count Synergy out. They're sitting at 99%. It's one fight victory is gonna win this map for them. They're gonna be starting off here in just a second.
Yep. I feel like Rezi has just been on and off with her performance, and that's what's been dictating the team fights on the side of Overwatch. Oh, but the spicy prank comes in from D-Pro, coming right through the window.
That's another gong moment for the side of Synergy. Taking it to him, able to secure another team wipe. That's a team kill. The overtime timer is going to tick down, and they're going to take a 2-0 lead on Li Zhang here. One more map, and they're going to be moving on to the finals.
Score.
He just came right through the window. Wasn't using
Right through the window.
doors for
Hide your kids, hide your ults. Synergy out here killing the whole team.
And D-Pro will come through the window, you know, take your babies. Barrage coming out.
Can I play Club Penguin? And what is this Club Penguin that I keep hearing so much about?
Yeah,
I guess it's a game.
They're shutting down.
What? I've heard about it. I haven't got to play it. So.
You know, I wish they weren't shutting down. That was my favorite game, you know. I almost went pro in Club Penguin. Just gonna say that myself.
Pro Penguin. All right, so Overwatch coming out here. This is a must-win situation for them. They're down 2-0 here on Li Zhang. Wait, that was the first one actually. So they're down 1-0 on Li Zhang. Don't know how I got mixed up. Synergy obviously looking to extend their lead here against Overwatch, and I think they can do so. We're starting off though. They're getting the first picks. They got 2 in their favor. One did fall for Synergy, but it is just very, very dominant gameplay out of Synergy to get things going here. We did see the Winston get hooked in immediately. He got saved by his Zarya, so good job on Synergy noticing when their teammates need help, backing them up and allowing them to continue on and get some good kills. Secret Boys, you don't know what? No, man, I don't, man. I don't have time for it, to be honest. I don't know what it is. So Overwatch gonna be carrying in some ults here pretty soon. We're gonna see Mini. He does switch over to the Ana. I'm kind of excited to see an Ana come out for their side and see what they can do with it. A good pin from Soft as he pins down Dyclan on that Winston, finishing him off. Here comes the Tag Visor out from Rad Dog immediately. Transcendence from Synergy. I think that was a little bit of a waste. from them allow Overwatch to use up all their ults and kind of go from there. Rezi with a good Deadeye gets one, and he finishes off another in the time being. Here comes a Rampage out of Clan on the point, but it's an uphill battle as there's only 2 of them remaining over there. The rest of the team is going to start to make their way in, but I think too little too late as Clan is in a lot of trouble right now. About half health. He's going to be in the hurt pit here pretty soon, and he is. The ASIM throwing him to the spawn point. On the point, we still see Tinkin trying to contest, just trying to get some percentage. It looks like the remainder of Synergy gonna back out and regroup and wait for the team. In Trisoft finishing off Tinkin in the end right there.
What I'm noticing is that every time Re-Resi stays alive, they win. So they just need to keep Re-Resi alive. Keep him getting damage out. Because he's basically their main source of damage besides the Red Dog. But the breakdown comes in. They're going to be coming in to the point. They're going to try to take this, but there's going to be the barrage coming out. And there's going to be the whole hog coming out. They're going to be using a ton of ultimates. Rezi in the backline takes out the Zarya, but he's going to get taken down himself by the Zenyatta. And that is going to be a team fight win for Synergy. Or no, Overwatch.
That was for Overwatch. Synergy gonna have to regroup and come back in on this. They're gonna be fighting into 3 ults. We're gonna have Zax up here in just a minute, as well as the Rad Dog. So that's gonna be 4 ults going in favor of Overwatch. So as far as that goes, Overwatch is gonna have the ultimates to kind of push in here. Rezi getting a quick pick onto D-Pro. We do see the Rad Dog getting a good tag visor out. He also gets the nano boost onto him. He gets 1 pick out of it. Rezi though, like you said, stay alive and get them kills. He gets another one. There's a flashbang kill as he takes out Golden Bullet. Laney drops the mini, and that's another team fight victory for Overwatch as they go in here. Their points are just stacking up. They're sitting at about 75%. Synergy gonna have to do a lot better job. They've been doing really well utilizing their ults, but now's the time that they're gonna have to use them even better. They've been kind of faltering on this map individually here. Here comes the Deadeye in the back from Rezi. He might be able to get one. The shield is down. He does not get any. Zax finishes off Clan. D-Pro picks up 2. 1 with a pulse bomb, 1 with just his pistols. Scream Barons gets a good helix onto Rezi, and D-Pro finishes off Mini. The point is gonna probably flop over here to Synergy and allow them to build up some percentage. They're gonna have to hold it for the remainder of the game though, as it is 99% in favor of Overwatch at this point.
They only have 1 ult on the side of Synergy, but they can still take this. They just need to last out this fight for a bit, build up some ultimates. Next fight they come in wielding 5, 6 ultimates. They're already really close to what, 3? So
but it's kind of back and forth right now on the point. They might be able to last. Here comes the kind of a couple ult usage out of the side of Synergy. Both support ults coming out. This could give them the team fight victory here. We do see Spring Barons getting that tag measure. I don't necessarily agree with using the Transcendence and the Breakdown at the same time, but, you know, it saved the team fight, allowed them to stack some more percentage, and allowed Clan and the remainder of the team to get back. So I think Synergy knows what they're doing. D-Pro getting picked early, though, by Rezi. Rezi immediately getting picked thereafter by Golden Bullet. It is going to go to Synergy here, as Overwatch was not able to get back to the point.
Synergy didn't need those ults. They didn't need them.
Right? I mean, they're a very commanding team. When it comes down to team fight against a team on team and a team fight without ultimates, I would definitely give the edge over to Synergy. Very strong gameplay out of them. They've been playing together a lot longer, so you know they've got the synergy, no pun intended, to be able to execute a solid team fight. They're able to focus down particular targets, you know, and call those out to make things happen.
The spicy triple DPS is going. Never mind. Damn it. I wanted that to come out.
We still see Synergy with the 2-2-2. As far as the Overwatch side of the house, they're going to be running a 2-2-2 as well, with Mini and Zach still on those supports. We got a Lucio and the Ana. A very bold move from Overwatch coming through that front side, not knowing if there'd be a Pharah there or not. D-Pro been playing Pharah for a good portion of the game. I'm surprised if he can get any knockoffs through this concussion on that one. Teamfight is on the point right now. Very chaotic. D-Pro picking up 2 right there onto Rezi and Rat Dog in try. Soft in a little bit of trouble. Looks like he might be able to survive. No, D-Pro ends that one, taking him out. Golden Bullet gets a good dash onto Mini and then follows up with another dash onto ASIM. First point percentage is going to go to Synergy here. Good work for Synergy to win that team fight. They did lose 1 in that team fight, I believe.
What I want to highlight is Alini's positioning, because he's always in a good position, always behind his team, away from the fight. Like, you don't mention support characters very much, but there's multiple players in the game. Like right now he's in the dojo, just laying down damage. But a Dragon Blade comes out, that's gonna be huge kills. Oh, and right in the gong, that's a team kill.
Very good work, Premiers. They did use a lot of ults to make it happen. They got that Dragon Blade out. They also used Earth Shatter as well as using that Rocket Barrage to make it happen for Synergy. But like we pointed out before, they don't necessarily need them. We do see some lineup changes coming out from the side of Overwatch. We got the Mercy coming out, being played by Zach now, and Mini switching off of the Ana and going to the Lucio. So maybe trying to change things up. We also got Intry going over and trying his hand at that Reinhardt to put some pressure, keep some pressure off of his team, rather. Overwatch still trying that front approach. Now they're electing to go from behind, but Clan immediately taking advantage of that, picks off Rezi. So already one man down is going to be Overwatch as we see Synergy start to collapse. There goes the Transcendence on the point. Not necessarily needed. Golden Bullet does pick off Asim. Mini finishes off Scream Errands. There goes the Mercy. She ends up dropping to D-Pro. Big Earth Shatter coming out from Overwatch. But it's not going to do much as D-Pro was in the back line, able to get off a good Rocket Barrage and finish off Intry's soft. Here comes the breakdown on the side of Synergy. Very commanding victory here. They're just, it looks like they're just using ults to use them at this point. Not necessarily with any sort of rhyme or reason.
A questionable breakdown indeed, but oh, already the team fights one.
Golden Bullet coming on strong through that Graviton Surge, picks up 3 with the Dragon Blade and 1 other dash kill, and then finishing off Rezi with another kill.
Oh, ring the gong.
Good work out of Synergy. They are going to be moving on to the to the finals rather, to fight against Skirt.
What I really wanted to highlight in that second to last team fight was that when they rotated over, they did not make a definitive decision. They did not rotate as a team. There were a few that went before the others, and it just messed up their entire rhythm. It just destroyed their rhythm. And that's pretty much what lost them that fight. They could have had a better chance if they had, you know, grouped up, rotated together, and then pushed in with the Lucio speed boost. That's just my opinion.
Alright, so let's get these guys out of the lobby, and we'll get So Supreme and Volt's team in here to go at the finals. If I can find them. There we go. Alright, so this is going to be moving straight into the finals between Synergy and the Skirt. Skirt taking out Stridum in the last round there in the semifinals. They played some good teams to get where they're at here. Synergy doing the same thing. Very commanding victory over Overwatch right there. So looking to see some good stuff out of both of these teams in this matchup. This is going to be a best of 5 series instead of a best of 3. So. Alright, let me see what the map pool is going to be here for the finals. It's going to be starting out on Kings Row. We're going to have Route 66, Nepal, Hollywood, and Numbani following. So some classic maps for these guys to play on. Really like to see some Nepal, maybe some Numbani coming out from either of these two teams. I'd love to see that. Be awesome.
Oh, Kings Row, I love this map. Because I love watching through the streets phase how you get past those small chokes, and the first phase how you get past that small choke. It's so methodical if you play on Kings Row. It's always a very good fight in terms of, well, pushing together.
Also in Kings Row, Silent can play Widowmaker.
All right, so as far as commentators for this one, for the first map, we're going to have myself and Oblight to start things off, and then we're going to switch off to Torrent Doesn't Win and myself for the next map, and keep you guys going 1v1, or not 1v1. I just read Twitch chat at the same time as I was talking. That was McBillet. That's on you. That one's on you. Thank you. So yeah, we're going to keep them switching in and out and keep them going here. Death125 says, at the Overguard, is this the last match? This is the last matchup. This is the finals here for the PlayStation 4 Community Cup. And it's between Skirt Skirt and Synergy. Very excited to see the gameplay out of both of these guys. McBillet wants to 1v1 me in commentary. Let's do it, brah. Let's do it. Your boy Skinny is the best caster in A. You're more than welcome to come in here and cast with me as well.
Yeah, that's me.
Oh, then you are not the best caster in A.
Oh wow. I'm gonna cry now.
I had to do it, man. You kind of forced my hand on that one. I'm not saying you're bad. I'm just joking with you. Jeez. Apparently, Oh Silent needs a 3-minute kind of thing. They're going to be utilizing a little bit of their timeout here. I'm pretty sure Synergy's not going to have any sort of issue with that. So give us just a minute. Only doing a best of 3 because apparently DieClan has to go to bed. So we're going to be doing a best of 3 between these two teams for the finals. I'm fine with that. It's going to save a lot of my voice. So I appreciate these teams going with a best of 3 as opposed to a best of 5. I don't cast 1v1 with Platt, says Smirch. Dang! Get him! Get him!
Damn, stop roasting him.
I know, right?
He's sauteing him slowly.
Jeez, Oblight's calling for my ban. Y'all are doing it wrong. It's hashtag deport Gozy. And Darky, you're about to be skewered if you don't fix the Skirt Skirt name, apparently. So get it right, Nub, is what they're saying. Icy McSpicy throwing the Dorito chips in the chat. We appreciate that. Make sure to get some PogChamps Dorito chips in the chat for Icy McSpicy, the local celebrity here. He is going to be playing on Skirt Skirt side of the house, coming out of retirement, dusting off the old armor, and getting in here and getting things done, carrying his team to victory. Obviously having to carry So Supreme. Definitely the anchor on the team.
We should get a Dorito sponsorship.
Dorito sponsorship, only if it's Cool Ranch. Well, my wife lately actually has been eating those, the spicy, what's the spicy chili, the spicy sweet chili or whatever. She's been eating a lot of those.
Purple ones.
Pretty delicious. Yeah, the purple ones. My kids and her love those. I like feeding them to my dog because my dog, like her mouth goes numb or something. She'll start just licking random stuff. It's hilarious. And her nose will start drooling. Somebody call Peter. She enjoys it, or else she wouldn't eat it. Come on now. Cole says, stop commentating. I want to go to bed. You know what, man? As soon as this match is over, you're free to go to bed. Until then, you're going to have to be chained to the Overguard and watch this to see what comes up. Who comes up with the victory, I guess.
I'm fully in support of Deport Gozy because he likes Cool Ranch Doritos over nacho cheese ones.
I mean, it is what it is, man. It is what it is.
You know, do what you do, man. Hit him with the straight up deportation. Deportation, what?
Mick Billick calling out Oblight, letting us know that he's the better caster. So Oblight, you're gonna have to let him know.
Come on, Billet, let's go right now. Tired of taking this from you, man.
Oblight will
get him in here.
Get him in here. You will take his fist and he'll shove it right up your winker. That's what he'll do to you, man. I'm not
Icy McSpicy now calling for the ban. Icy, I thought you were on my side, bro. Thought you were on my side.
Whoa.
Yeah, see, even Icy McSpicy agrees with me. Who likes Cool Ranch Doritos over nacho cheese ones?
I guess I'm the only one. I guess I'm the only person in the world that likes Cool Ranch. I guess
man, that's a
I guess I should feel privileged because I guess Doritos is only keeping it around because I'm the only one that likes it. You guys get out of here. Obviously, other people like Cool Ranch.
We'll eat it, but we won't eat it above nacho cheese Doritos. Like if you have a nacho cheese,
if we open up that cabinet and we see nacho cheese and Cool Ranch, we're grabbing the nacho cheese.
Like nobody's gonna eat the Cool Ranch before the nacho cheese, or you're in a house full of weirdos.
Volts.
Can't believe
what
what
is wrong with
this
you?
stream has now turned into a debate over Doritos, guys. Either we're for nacho cheese, you're for Cool Ranch. Let's just all agree that the purple one's the good one.
Yeah,
let's just
the
all
purple
agree.
one. The purple
on
Purple
that.
one is good. Team Purple, dude.
Team Purple. Hashtag Team Purple Dorito. Got it. That's our new thing here at the Overguard. Apparently we're all purple Doritos. Silent is watching anime. That's not really a surprise. He's getting in his inner Genji zone. Got to give him a couple minutes to make sure that he's ready to go.
I think Joker just looked up the stats on which Doritos are more popular.
Somebody banned Kilikon for spamming.
Oh, I'm not a mod. Wait, he's a mod.
Somebody get this man.
I'm pretty sure. Oh, he's spamming
Apparently he's
Cool
restarting
Ranch,
his
too.
PS4, so give us just a minute, guys. Appreciate you guys sticking around to watch this here at the Overguard. Not much content to really watch other than us arguing about Doritos, but how do I get an internship at the Overguard? I don't think you'd want an internship. I don't think you'd want one. We
Wait,
we're abusive to our interns. We're abusive to our interns. Just ask
yeah,
Brett.
he beats me on a daily basis. Call PETA again.
Alright. I'm gonna grab a drink really quick while we wait for O Silent. Can I get hired at the Overguard? Says Oblight. Absolutely not. Sorry, sir.
Oh, polite. I'm sorry.
I think that the Overguard tweeted out the wrong finals. Synergy versus We Are Stridum.
Well, I mean, Stridum has been in a lot of finals. They gotta get rid of, you know, the muscle memory.
Yeah, thank you. Looks like O Silent's in, so we're gonna kick this thing off before I get too tired to cast. I got some For Honor to play tonight. We are Die Clan. I know you got a bedtime. We're starting
Now
up.
entering.
No, we gotta go watch The
Oh,
Walking
that
Dead.
The Walking Dead. What is it like? Starting up again?
Yeah, it was a mid-season break or whatever the name of
Oh.
it.
See,
It
I'm not
started
up on the
last week.
current season. I haven't watched the current season yet. I'm like caught up to it, but I haven't started watching the current season. So
Icy McSpicy wants you guys to say skirt every time he charges.
if I happen to catch an Icy McSpicy, I will call it. You know I will. I usually do a terrific job on that.
We're gonna have
The skirt
Simon
wizard
on the
himself,
Widow.
Icy McSpicy.
Time to accelerate!
Anyone link Wizard 101? Channel what?
Yeah, Wizard 101, man. Anyone leave a shout. $100
No
right
idea
now.
what that is.
Build
No idea what that is.
101, that's like the greatest game ever, dude.
Thanks.
The greatest
All right,
game ever
guys.
because, I didn't hear you
Wizard
say
101.
Call of Duty Ghosts.
Oh, yeah, dude. Hey, man,
Looks like the Overguard ended up fixing their tweet. It is the proper tweet now.
Try not to get
Synergy
yourself killed.
versus Skirt. Alright guys, so on the defense to start us off here, we are going to see Synergy Skirt gonna be the offensive team in red. For the defense, it looks like their lineup's pretty much set as they start making their way out of the spawn point. We got D-Pro Skills coming out on the Tracer. I really love that pick out of him. Absolutely just amazing Tracer. Golden Bullet coming out with that Zarya. We got Supreme Aaron's with that hit scan coming out playing that Soldier. Tinkin sitting on that Lucio. Laney sitting on the Zenyatta and Die Clan swinging the Reinhardt hammer. Skirt, the attacking team is going to come in with somewhat of a awkward comp, utilizing O Silent still on that Widowmaker, even though they're not fighting into a pharmacy. We do have Potion coming out with the pharmacy being trailed by Revolt. Ice McSpicy getting taken out very quickly on that Winston. Looks like they tried to go with some sort of dive comp. It is 2-2 right now, exchanging kills. Up in the air still is Volt raining down. Golden Bullet takes out So Supreme, and Synergy might be able to stabilize. They take out Potion, who's playing that Mercy. Volt's the next down. and he looks like he might be able to get away. He is. Golden Bullet does get a pick onto O'Silent, and Skirt gonna have to change things up if they look to move in here now, and they are. We see High on Milo going over and sitting on that trace. We got O'Silent coming out on the Genji now instead of being on that Widow. I think a good pick for Skirt. He's been doing a great job on that Genji. Look to see some good work coming out of him. In the back, we saw Ice McSpicy charge in, trying to get that back line, put some pressure down, but Volts helps him out getting 2. High Milo gets Clan Crush, and 3 up is Skirt right now. Is High Milo out Clan. Here comes the pulse bomb coming out. Gets nothing really out of that, but Supreme Aaron busts out that tac visor and puts in the work. Takes out Hojin, gets so Supreme, and Ice McSpicy comes back for the side of Skirt to try to get some pressure off of the squishies. Puts down his little bubble, it immediately gets blown through, but it's 2 kills now in favor of Skirt, but D-Pro trying to even things out, takes out Icy, McSpicy, Clan drops to High and Milo. It is a 4v2 on the point. They got D-Pro and Golden Bullet Laney joining the fight, trying to help out his team, but it looks like Skirt's gonna be able to hold on here and take this point. We do see D-Pro trying to contest a little bit here. He does get taken out by Bolts. Point does cap, and they're gonna be able to move this payload now through the street phase. If you're Synergy, what do you gotta do to stop the street phase?
To stop the street phase, you really gotta hold the 2 choke points at both the corners. Those are really great spots to hold the point because, you know, the other team has to come to you to try to take it. And if they can hold those corners really well, they should be able to do this. But right now, you can see Aaron's is behind when you go through.
Right, Aaron's is up top. It looks like he's trying to land a hook, maybe onto the Pharaoh of the Mercy. Does miss both, ends up not getting spotted, and ends up coming around through the back to probably join his team. Here comes O'Silent with the Dragon Blade coming out. They've also got Synergy also pops out the Transcendence and negates that. Here comes the Graviton Surge out of Synergy into a Rocket Barrage from Bolts. There's that res coming from Skirt, bringing them back immediately into a breakdown. Volts really putting in the work for the side of Skirt, enabling them to move forward with this payload. That was pretty good on his behalf. We do see D-Pro in the back end here, trying to put in some work in the back line against some of these guys back here, but Ocean immediately switching over to that pistol on the Mercy to negate a sort of D-Pro damage coming out. D-Pro having to go away to get a med pack.
We're going to have Silent on Roadhog here. Switching off a Widow and Genji that he usually has been playing in the tournament. He's going to go to Roadhog, and we're also going to have Icy switch to Ryan. So, Skirt right there, he just charged Clan. There's going to be another wipe for Synergy. I'm expecting Synergy to take this map. Probably going to hold them right here. I'm going to let them take this second turn, and then they're going to probably do what they ended up doing on Route 66 and just roll.
Yeah, I don't really agree with you on that one, man. I think Synergy, while they're pretty good at the defense, Skirt has already, once they get those ults rolling, they've proven to be a very powerhouse team. So it's just a matter of finding their key, if you will, against this Synergy team. It's a different setup than they had to run against Stridum, so it's going to take them a minute to get used to. I think they might be able to cap this next point, but it's going to be very close in the end. They've only got 2 minutes remaining, so if they're going to make it happen, they've got to make it happen quick. They've got 3 ults ready to go. We're going to see Hojin's res probably come up pretty soon as well. O'Silent getting onto that Roadhog, probably a good choice for the side of Skirt. So they're going to be running still the 2-2-2 combo to push into Synergy's 2-2-2. Or I'm sorry, 3-2-1. 3-1-2, whatever you want to call it. Synergy doing a terrific job on defense here, but a good hammer down comes out. There's Bolts raining it down with the Rocket Barrage. Picks up 2. Ice McSpicy gets 1. 2 picks now in favor of Skirt, but it's all flipping back to Synergy as Synergy's Clan and D-Pro skills pick up 1 of these. Here comes the cap in the back. We got Bolt still sitting on it. Skirt able to win that team fight, even though they started losing some members. So good work out of Skirt, getting the res off, bringing the team back. We do see a little bit of stall coming out from Synergy with the Transcendence. They've also got Spring Barons going whole hog on the point, pushing them off. Bolts does get a pick onto Tinkin. Point is being contested right now. Big team fight on there. They've got 5 of their guys, which is Synergy side, to contest this thing. Here comes the pulse bomb out of D-Pro. Picks up 1, hits the second. There's the Rocket Barrage out of Bolts. 4 kills now go towards Skirt. Very clutch moment for them. They still have Lady over there. He gets picked off by High on Milo. Tinkin ends up getting into retreat mode and able to escape. Good work out of Skirt. Like I said, it was going to be close if they were going to get it, and it was. They just had to roll with the picks, roll with their ults. They're doing a little bit better job than they were at the start of being able to maintain. So hopefully we'll see that continue. We do see a little bit of a change in the lineup for Skirt. They no longer have that Mercy. Hojin switching off and getting back onto that Zenyatta. We did see the pulse bomb come out from Skirt's side of the house. They did not get any kill out of that, but D-Pro answers with a pulse bomb of his own, taking out O Silent. Payload is in stall mode right now as it looks like more bodies for Synergy arrive to contest. Hojin getting a little bit of pressure from D-Pro. D-Pro taking him out. Supreme Aaron's getting one onto Supreme. And Daiklan and Supreme Aaron's finish off the remainder. Skirt gonna have to visit the spawn point and come back.
That was a really well executed fight by Synergy. They had Daiklan go down at the very beginning of the fight, but they had contestant by Supremes to wait until Daiklan came back. Daiklan came back and hit a pin on I think it was one of the supports of Skirt, and that was a really good pin by Daiklan, which is really good.
Right. Well, there's another pin coming out from Daiklan. He doesn't end up getting the kill on it. D-Pro ends up getting that one, and it's kind of back and forth at this point, but it looks like it's going to tilt maybe towards the side of Synergy, since they do have that spawn point so close. We do have D-Pro over there, 1 versus 1ing a little bit onto that other Tracer, ends up getting that pick as well, taking out Volt. So it's a 2v1, and D-Pro ended up winning that one. So good job from the side of Synergy to be able to clutch up right there and be able to take that back and defend. We've only got 10 seconds left, so this is going to be the last push for Skirt. They're going to have to make it count here. Hammer down doesn't get much right there. Ult does have his ult ready to go. We got the Transcendence out from Synergy. There goes the Graviton Surge from Synergy as well. Captures a minute. D-Pro with the World Star ult gets 3. Daiklan gets 1. Icy does finish off Daiklan. Supreme answering back though, taking out Icy McSpicy. Tinkin finishing off High and Milo. Overtime timer is ticking down. That's all the yardage that Skirt's going to be able to get. Very good pushes into Synergy though.
That was a really good offensive offensive push that they just had from Skirt. I think they could be able to hold it, especially if they did do what they did against Stridum. They really did a great first point hold on Route 66, so I could actually see them holding this if, I mean, we saw a great performance out of Synergy on offense on Route 66, and we saw a great defensive hold by Skirt on against one of the best teams in the Overguard. So I could honestly see Skirt doing a great hold right here.
Oh, most definitely. Very excited to see what they can do with it. It's just a matter. I think it's anyone's game, though, at this point. We've seen Skirt do some amazing things, like you said. We've seen Synergy do some amazing things. Very interested to see which side of the fence this map ends up landing on. If Synergy can't get it together, Skirt's going to take full advantage of that and be able to hold them off like they did against Stridum. So it's just a matter of being able to establish a foothold and move forward from there.
Yeah, but I mean, it could be a little confusing here for Synergy because they are missing one of their key shot callers logging out. This man's insane with the calling out. So that could maybe affect them on defense right here, but I think they should be fine. Oh, what am I saying? What am I saying? They're on offense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could affect them on offense. Because, like I said, logging out is one of their key callers. So that could affect something that they do here with their pushes.
Alright, well, we're going to see what happens here in just a second as the doors unlock. Both teams are ready to go. Skirt on the defense. Looks like a pretty standard comp for them. They're going to be running the 2-2-2. We've got bolts up in the air and O Silent sitting on that soldier for them. As far as healers, they've got Hoshin and So Supreme with that Lucio Zenyatta combo. First pick is going to fall to Skirt as we see O Silent get a 2-piece. One on D-Pro and one on Supreme Aaron's. Synergy's going to have to back up here and wait for them to come out of the spawn point to be able to push once more. If we look at the Synergy side of the house, they're running a 3-2-1 once again with Laney and Tinkin being their supports. Laney on the Zenyatta and Tinkin on the Lucio. Scream, Aaron's Golden Bullet, and Dyclan being those tanks for them, with Depro being the only DPS. Depro obviously a very dominant and DPS, so looking forward to seeing some good gameplay out of Synergy coming forward. Here comes 2 picks for them. Laney and Scream, Aaron's both landing kills onto Ice and Spicy, and Hojin, High and Milo, the next drop. O Silent follows suit as he visits the graveyard, as well as Volt, and a very good victory here for Synergy. It took them 1 team fight loss to be able to get back in there and take it back over. So good job for Synergy. They're gonna have a ton of time on the clock. They can't get stalled up like Skirt did. They're gonna have to roll with what they've got and keep pushing forward here. We do see him being very aggressive. Depro going straight after Hojin, taking out that Zenyatta, so they're going to be 1 up in this team fight. It's going to force Skirt back and have to regroup and allow Synergy to get a little bit more distance out of the payload before Skirt's going to be able to contest.
This is another great offensive performance by Synergy here. They already have the first point captured. I can see them almost rolling right through the second, the street phase of this, because I mean, like they're already at the first choke point of it. Big hammer down, no, that really didn't get anyone. Bolt using his ult because he was the first step down from that kills Milo. Another long right there for Synergy.
Yeah, they're doing a very terrific job coming forward here through the street phase. Very little stall out from the Skirt side of the house. Just some commanding gameplay. Very good work from the side of Synergy. We knew that this could happen. They're a very strong team once they get rolling, and obviously the train's left the station, so to say, and they're starting their route to victory, as I guess I should say.
Maybe see another combo right here with Depros and Golden Bullet. Golden Bullet has his ult, and Depros is about to get his ult. So we should see the combo coming here in a second. Depros falls, so that completely probably ends this fight for the teams. Synergy is going to go ahead and back up. Wait for Depros to spawn back up. And in this next fight, I think would be the last actual team fight that we see before.
Right. They only need 1.
Stall comp.
Yeah, they've only got to win this 1 team fight. They're gonna be walking into this thing with 5 ults coming in. There's the Graviton Surge coming out immediately. We get a breakdown coming out from the side of Skirt and a Transcendence as well. A breakdown coming out from Synergy to try to stave off any sort of damage that's gonna come out from the Skirt side. Scream Aaron's falling off. Dyclan does get a pick onto Hojin, so they're man up right now. Or I'm sorry, so it's all evened up right now, but Ice and Spicy falls to Golden Bullets, and now they are a man up. Volt's still over there trying to put some pressure down, but Laney takes out So's Primo. The payload gonna be able to move forward here. There goes the Graviton Surge out from the Skirt side. I think that was just a pause kind of thing, but it's not gonna do much. They are gonna be able to cap it. They're gonna take map number 1 here in the finals for the PS4 Overguard Community Cup.
That was a really great performance by Synergy on offense yet again. They probably are just going to keep this going. And what are chances for the next map that could be coming up?
There's a few different choices here. They could go to Route 66, Nepal, Hollywood, or Numbani. So they're going to have to pick whatever's strong for them. Dyclan is going to get the play of the match here on King's Row with a good hammer down, immediately charging and pinning So Supreme. Swinging the hammer, throwing out a little bit of a flame strike, putting the pressure onto that Mercy. Through the door, taking her out, swings into the Graviton Surge. Good work from Dyclan.
I could see Skirt wanting to go with Route 66 here, especially after what they just did to Stray Adam.
See where they decide to go. Give me just a minute, guys. Nepal.
Oh, so we're gonna get a King of the Hill map. I could see Synergy taking this pretty easily.
Well, I guess we will see what happens. This could potentially be the last map, so I hope they pick the stronger map that suits them. What's up, and welcome back.
Oh yeah, back in the building. I just want to see what the comps are gonna be like, because I noticed last map they were running triple DPS. And I didn't want to say anything, but I was like, oh, that's the squad comp. And what you do in a squad comp is it's like a dive comp, except it's not really a dive comp. You use the Winston to zone, and then use the Widowmaker to keep them in a little box, and then use a Tracer to kill other supports. That's kind of what you use the squad comp for. Anyway, it's like the opposite of triple tank, but it doesn't really work that well against you too. Why I shouldn't use it against you too. But anyways, let's check out these team comps. We got Synergy on the triple tank, and we got Skirt doing the dive comp. I really want this dive comp to win, but if they're gonna win, they're gonna have to be some really good bubbles by Icy McSpicy. That's what I'm feeling.
Most definitely. The point is going to unlock here in about 20 seconds. Thanks for going through the team comps. Both teams electing to take the pillar side over here off the point. Whichever team wins, obviously going to be able to secure that point. Supreme Aaron's and Golden Bullet getting the first two picks. Icy does get one on that Winston as he takes out Laney. Supreme Aaron's in a little bit of trouble here. Gets taken out by Volts. Dyclan still over there trying to put some pressure down on the point and have that present. Ends up getting a good charge onto Icy McSpicy and taking him out. Volts gets one on the Golden Bullet. Dyclan in some trouble here. Hojin getting some good heals off onto Volts, keeping him up, and it looks like pretty dominant gameplay out of Skirt for this first point here. Looks like we got a poll going, I guess, in the Twitch chat, so make sure to get with Hazelroth in the Twitch chat. Hit that up. Let us know what your predictions might be. Supreme Aaron's gets picked off right there by Volts. Once again, good work out of Skirt. They're doing a terrific job hanging on so far. They've got first point percentages going in their direction. They've just got to keep it up. We already see an ult ready to go. Volts with his rocket barrage. We're going to see a good res coming up pretty soon, as well as Silence Dragon Blade. When it comes down to Synergy side of the house with ults, they've got D-Pro ready to go. There's that rocket barrage coming out from Volts. Gets one on to Golden Bullet. Does get picked off by Supreme Aaron's, but Icy immediately answers back and takes out Laney, the support. Following up, he takes out Dyclan. He does draw the D-Pro, but there's that res coming in from Hojin, bringing the team back to life. I like how Hojin's riding that side over there. He's dropping down into the pit a little bit, leaving himself some room to get back up, keeping himself alive. So good work out of Hojin to keep himself viable on that Mercy.
Yeah, D-Pro tried to dive him there for a second, and then he goes to the pit, and then D-Pro couldn't take it, and then he stopped focusing him, so he kind of survived there by a diving tracer. Oh, and it's slicing through the team. That is Silent almost gets a solo team kill. Just destroying everyone here, dashing through everyone. Oh, we got the Reaper coming out from D-Pro.
We do have a Reaper coming out. D-Pro switching onto the Reaper off the Tracer. I think that's a good pick for them. Maybe combat a little bit of this Winston that's coming out from Icy McSpicy, as well as put some pressure down on maybe the Mercy and maybe the So Supreme as well. On the point is Synergy right now. They are starting to tick up the meter, I guess. There's a good hammer down coming from Dyclan. They end up taking full advantage of that as D-Pro gets his saucy little two-piece. Dyclan and Golden Bullet both finishing off one. There's Supreme chiming in for a kill of his own. D-Pro does find his way to the bottom of the pit, but it's going to allow them to get the point, and Synergy going to start tacking up their own percentages. One team fight is all Skirt needs, though. That's all they need, and they've got some ults to be able to do it. They're going to be walking into this team fight with So Supreme, High on Milo, and Volts. We're going to see Hojin coming up very shortly as well. For Synergy side, they're only going to have Golden Bullet and Tenkin ready to go in the next team fight. Possibly some charge within, then maybe D-Pro is going to be the next one, but it's only if he can land some good shots. Here goes Synergy with a Graviton Surge. Volts up top, got some Rocket Barrage going on. Breakdown coming out from Skirt, trying to keep the team alive as well. We got one from Synergy on the point. High Milo getting a pick onto Dyclan. Supreme Aaron's falls to Volts, and now it's all on Skirt. They're really taking it to Synergy, allowing themselves to take the point back here. That's what they needed. Now it's just stagger at this point. They finish off Golden Bullet in the back. Overtime timer ticking down. D-Pro still over there. Gets taken out by High on Milo. Dragon Blade coming from Silent, putting the pressure down onto the Reinhardt, but it's too little too late. Skirt taking map number 1 here on the poll.
Watching O Silent on that Genji is just so beautiful. The way he plays every single situation to just stay out of the way of harm. That Zarya was chasing him down, he goes into cover, he comes out when the Zarya stops focusing near him. It's just a beautiful play from O Silent here on his Genji, and that's helping them win the game. And also, I want to highlight that Volts is using tons of, putting tons of damage onto Synergy. They just don't have any way to deal with this amazing DPS from the side of Skirt. So
doors open. They're going to be going out for map number 2 Heart here on Nepal. Point is going to unlock here in about 20 seconds. Both teams kind of sticking with what they got. We do see D-Pro switching off the Reaper and going back to the Tracer. The Reaper really didn't do too much for him, so I think a good pick for D-Pro. Both teams exchanging kills as high on Milo gets one on stream. Aaron's Bolts taking the lead on that one though, taking out Lady immediately though. Dykeland gets O Silent. He's on Winston himself, so no more Reinhardt for the side of Synergy. Really like what they're doing, but they're gonna have to play it better. They are so far playing it better, so they're gonna have to continue to do so. D-Pro, Dykeland, and Spring Aaron getting some kills there. High and Milo drops Ocean, the last one on the point, but he's not gonna be long for this world. He gets dropped by Supreme Aaron. The first point is gonna fall to Synergy.
My ultimate is almost ready.
Check this out.
you know, Milo not the best on that traits to stack up against D-Pro. If I'm gonna be honest, I think Milo should just go with that Roadhog that he's been so successful with, and keep doing that. He should hook the Tracer, you know, because he can definitely hook the Tracer. He's that good. But anyways, they're gonna engage onto it. We got a Harambe fight coming out. Harambe on Harambe. Dykeland's gonna be going down. He is down with his ultimate, and that's gonna be a huge pick from the side of Skirt, but they can't make anything else happen as their team is getting picked off one by one. So that's gonna be a fight going in favor of Synergy.
Yeah, Synergy did a terrific job in that team fight. They really did a lot better job of singling out one specific target. We saw Skirt kind of spread out in that one, not necessarily focusing down as hard. You mentioned the Winstons going at it off the point. Now that should have been a victory for Synergy. They had, I think, 2 or 3 guys over there, but immediately Synergy noticed what was going on and went to help out. We do see D-Pro, Dykeland, and Golden Bullet fight for some kills with these here. We get the tag visor coming out from Supreme Aaron as he lands that onto Icy McSpicy, finishing him off. And Synergy once again winning a team fight. They're now sitting at 70% on the point. They're going to be carrying over a couple of ults into this next team fight. They've got Dykeland ready to go. We're going to see D-Pros and Timkins and Golden Bullets ready here pretty soon as well. Skirt side of the house, they're going to be having just about a full ult stack, other than O Silent who is switched off, and he's now going to that Roadhog. Icy McSpicy coming in Rampage mode. He is on the point and causing some havoc. Immediately, Dykeland does the same thing. Golden Bullet getting a good deflect onto Volts' Rocket Barrage, sending that right back to him, finishing him off. Immediately popping out that Dragon Blade, getting a 2-piece. After that, here comes the breakdown out of Skirt. A little bit of a waste. Doesn't really matter. The map's over. It's all tied up at 1 here on Nepal.
Synergy does not even need these ults to win. Tenkin used the beat drop right on himself, and that was the only person to use it on. But it doesn't matter. They still took the fight with a dominating fashion. I don't know how they do it. They don't even need ults. Like, if there were no ults in the game, Synergy would be even better. But anyways, let's check out these team comps. We got O Silent on the Zarya. I don't agree with that. I think O Silent is really, really good on the Genji or the Widow. But Milo on the Roadhog, I definitely agree with. Volts is going to be on that Pharah. And Hojin going with the Ana, which is a very skill-heavy hero. I want to see how he does with that. So they're going to be rotating towards his top side here. It looks like they're going to be on the bridge. There's going to be, you know, jumps right in with the Winston Dykeland, trying to get these picks onto these flankers. Milo almost going down, but heals up really fast. Icy McSpicy getting a pick on Golden Bullet, and that's going to be a team fight win for Skirt.
Yeah, Skirt did a terrific job right there. They were definitely walking through very meticulously, one target at a time. You saw them, they'd switch almost in unison to one target or another. Whoever Icy McSpicy probably designated, or whoever happens to be their target caller, definitely doing a terrific job of keeping the team fight alive for Skirt. We are seeing another one going right now. Here comes the nano boost onto Icy McSpicy, who charges off. He is going to be of no help to his team at this point. He's trying to track down Diclan, but ends up getting pinned instead. Primarin's drops to O Silent. On point, we do have Diclan throwing Icy McSpicy. We do have Diclan over there fighting against the Lucio as well. On point, it is all blue in the kill feed as Volt picks out the 2-piece. Whole Hog comes out from Milo, finishing off Golden Bullet on the point, and still in control of the point is going to be Skirt, able to hold on for yet another team fight win. For the next team fight, we are going to see, go ahead.
Watching Volts on this Terra is just so amazing. He uses this movement in so many ways, like we talked about with Evan Mario. He's just so diverse when it comes to moving, but D-Pro automatically destroys him. D-Pro's gonna rain the justice from above, and he's gonna start pounding into these tanks. Your Icy McSpicy goes down, Hojan's about to go down, but he stays up, surprisingly. I don't know how and what. Synergy managed to lose that fight, even with D-Pro getting, what, 4 picks or something?
Well, no, he only got 2 in that team fight. They were kind of sporadic. They weren't necessarily together, so it's not like they could have taken full advantage of that synergy, just not doing a great job of pushing in for those kills. Skirt doing a terrific job of mitigating a lot of damage. Here comes the Graviton Surge out of Skirt. Got just about the whole team caught up into that with synergy. Noticing they're in trouble, gets out their Transcendence as well. They get hammered down, and they hammer down themselves. Hi Milo getting another Whole Hog going on. Gets 2 right off the bat, and it is just Flop City on the point. Both teams getting some good picks. They do switch it over to synergy, but it's 99% now in favor of Skirt. So Skirt only have to win 1 team fight. They're going to be fighting an uphill battle a little bit here. We do have a disconnect on the side of Skirt. That is quite unfortunate. Synergy, I don't think I have it. I can try to find it here if I can. Controls.
Nothing's gonna stop.
Take your medicine.
Let me pause that up for him. Since this is the finals, I am going to pause it. We are moderating the lobby, so let's give him a chance to try to get back. He is back, so we're going to start this back up for him right now. Synergy in control of the point. They do have 4 ults ready to go. Very fortunate for them in this. They are down 99% to now 35%, so looking forward to seeing them hold this for the remainder of the time. They're going to have to if they want to squeeze out the win here. Here goes Synergy with the Graviton Surge immediately. D-Pro throwing in the Pulse Bomb, picking up 4, getting a 5th onto So Supreme. And that's almost a team kill. Last one alive is Volt, but he is being tracked down right now by D-Pro. He really wants that team kill, and he gets it. Finishing off Volt, he gets all 6 in the process. Good job on the side of Synergy to be able to do that one. They're gonna still have some ults to walk in with. They've still got Diclan almost ready to go. Supreme Aaron's already on the board with Tinkin as well. Skirt side of the house, they're not gonna be walking in with much. They've got ults ready. We're gonna see Ice and Spicy's probably pretty soon, but it's gonna be a losing battle if they try to use it right now. They did get 1 pick to start us off immediately. Breakdown coming out from Synergy, and 2 picks, 3 picks now following Diclan, getting a 4th pick into that one and a 5th. Diclan taking out Ice and McSpicy. They are being absolutely aggressive right now in their onslaught against Skirt. Some terrific gameplay.
A 99-point comeback may be on the horizon because D-Pro is playing out of his skin right now. Just looking like an XCX Shadow.
I don't know if Volt could even it up right here. He does get a 3-piece with that Rocket Barrage. We do have Synergy getting the Transcendence on the point, trying to stall it out, but it's already flopped over to Skirt at this point. Overtime timer is ticking down. This one falls to Skirt in the last seconds, all on the back of Volt's able to get that 3-piece with the Rocket Barrage. That's how you do it, son.
Oh, and with D-Pro playing out of his mind like that, Synergy must be feeling so mad right now because D-Pro was just destroying all of their backline. Bolts just comes in, ults once, and takes down 5 of them. Yeah, that's something that you get. That's something that is rage-inducing because people, when that happens, people just usually quit games if you're in solo queue, but you can't quit a game if you're in the finals of a tournament. So, what can I say? Anyways, we got O Silent on the McCree. I want to see what he does on here as they're going to be coming out into their first fight.
Most definitely. This is very back and forth, a lot more so than I really thought it would be. Synergy, a very strong team. Skirt proving that they are also a very dominating team. Clan taking a lot of damage to start things off. Does end up getting the heal. So does Supreme Aaron's. He took a lot to start things off. Clan trying to get a charge pin. Does not end up getting it, but Tinkin follows up, takes out Icy, followed by Supreme Aaron's, landing that hook onto Hojin, taking him out. O Silent now on that McCree, does land a good kill onto D-Pro. Definitely trying to switch to that McCree to take care of D-Pro. Sosa gets finished off by Supreme Aaron. And Skirt loses the point to start things off here. Synergy, very good gameplay to win that first point, to get the first percentages going in their favor. High and Milo gets one on the Clan, followed by Volt, taking out Golden. They're going to start moving in with these picks. And they are on point. Taken goes for the boop, ends up getting taken out by Volts. There goes Supreme Aaron's trying to land a good hook. He ends up missing. He's being hunted down by Volts right now. Volts not able to get the kill onto him. Clan still on point, trying to help his team stall it out. Supreme Aaron's gets taken out. We do got a rocket barrage coming out from Volts. He gets nothing out of that. O Silent, Hoshin, and Haya Milo get the kills for the side of Skirt, with O Silent getting 2 right there at the end against Laney and one other. D-Pro ready to go, as well as Laney. We're going to see Clans coming up very soon for the Synergy side of the house. On Skirt, we do have Hojins ready with Silence coming up very shortly. We're also going to get So Supreme and Icy McSpicy's coming up very soon. Skirt is in control of the point. 33% is the favor going to Synergy right now. We did see a good pulse bomb come out. Nothing really came of that, but a good pin from Clan. Finishes off Ice McSpicy. Sosa ends up falling to his death. High and Milo taken out, and it's going to flop back over to Synergy. Really commanding victories out of Synergy here. Skirt, no doubt, going to be answering back very shortly.
Skirt was just, it wasn't feeling like it was a good engagement that they wanted to be in. It felt like they just didn't want to be there. Anyways, we're gonna have this next team fight. You know, Milo looking for that little hook on the Tracer, not gonna be able to grab it. But I mean, McSpicy is gonna be pushing without his team, but his team is gonna follow up now. A beautiful Earth Shatter, but that is countered with the
Transcendence came out from Skirt side.
Oh, let's break it down!
Both teams now electing to break it down to try to win this team fight. We do see Skirt getting the upper hand as 3 picks fall in their favor. High and Milo getting the whole hog going on. Lady still over there on the side. There goes the Dragon Blade coming out from Synergy. Golden Bullet trying to get some damage done. He ends up taking out High and Milo, finishing off So Supreme. Last one on the point is Ice and Spicy and Hojin off point. We got a Deadeye coming out from O Silent. Lands that onto Golden Bullet. There's the transcendence that they so desperately needed, trying to keep the team alive. Is Laney on the Synergy side of the house. He helps his team. Clan and D-Pro combined for 3 kills. There's D-Pro getting a 4th right there in the mix, and Synergy holds the point. 99% overtime. They're going to tie things up here, and they definitely got to win this next map if they look to win the finals here for the PS4 Community Cup, presented by the Overguard.
2-2, and I really want to see, I really want to see my prediction come true with Skirt coming behind for the Dark Horse win. But I don't think, Synergy's looking really strong. I don't think they can pull it off here. You just don't need to not die if you're on the side of Skirt, because what they've been doing is, I think they've been engaging way too fast, and then getting picked a little bit, and then the rest of them just don't have a chance.
Right. Alright, so Synergy and Skirt, it's all down to this. If you are Skirt, this is a must-win if you want to keep your dreams alive of winning the finals. Synergy, however, can can win things here with a victory. They can finish off the finals and take the W here to win their much deserved, I guess, Pop Funko Reaper toys for Blizzard. Okay. So first picks are going to fall to Skirt as they pick up 3. High and Milo gets another one. Supreme does get 1 for the side of Synergy, but the point percentage is going to go to Skirt Skirt to start things off here. Very good team fight victory for Skirt Skirt, able to secure that one with a good hook from High Eye Milo. Taking out Clan is Volt. Good job on that one. Both teams doing a terrific job here.
Why is it that every time I see that Lucio skin that Silk Screen has, I think of Mark on Witch. Anyways, enough of my sports games stuff. Icy McSpicy is going to be engaging onto the backline here. Beautiful jump onto this Lucio. Going to be trying to find his kill on the Lucio. So close, but not going to be able to grab it. As he's going to be going on to Clan now, putting huge amounts of damage into the tank. But going to get taken down by the Lucio punch. Falcon punch right in the face, and D-Pro is going to get slept right here by Hojin. Almost dying, but not going to be able to die, as it's going to be 4 picks going in favor of Synergy, and that's going to be the point.
Synergy did a terrific job in that team fight. They were looking a little bit more like Synergy. Definitely soloing out single players to be able to concentrate down. And that's what you want to do in this kind of situation. You don't want to leave it up to chance. You've got to get those certain characters out of the way. Start with like High on Milo or Icy McSpicy or whoever you intended to be, and then you go from there. Icy McSpicy leads in with a good launch from that monkey. He's on point trying to contest. He gets one take, whole hog going out from High Milo, gets it out. Synergy popping out there. Transcendence breakdown from So Supreme on the Skirt side to ensure that his team can win this team fight. We do see 2 ults, 3 ults ready to go for the side of Synergy. They're probably not going to use them here. They're going to allow Skirt to have this point as Icy McSpicy uses his rampage on that monkey to take out Clan. The point is going to go to Skirt here. They did buy a little bit of time, Synergy did, to allow that percentage to stack up, but Skirt very, very good fight out of them to be able to take that point. We're going to see Synergy coming back very quickly, though, not allowing Skirt to stack up much percentage on the point. They are going to be walking into 5 different ults. I'm sorry, they're going to be walking in with 5 different ults. They break it down right now and throw out that Graviton Surge. I'm sorry, they get stuck in a Graviton Surge from O-Silent. Doesn't really get much out of it. Supreme Aaron's gets a pick onto O-Silent as he goes whole hog. Finishes off one more. Clan, D-Pro skills, and Golden Bullet combined for some kills. And the point's going to switch back over to Synergy. Like I said, Synergy not going to allow them to have much percentage over them. They are still going to maintain 3 ults. They didn't walk in and just, you know, blow all their ults. They were they're very reserved with their ult usage. They used them very well. They got the picks they needed and then trickled forward from there. So good work out of Synergy to notice when to use some ults and when not to. Good ult management, I guess you should say. Skirt on the other hand, not so much. We are going to see some ults ready to go for them here in just a minute, but the timers are ticking, so they're going to have to get them up quick and not lose any more team fights here against Synergy. They've got to win this next one and then go from there, I guess. There's the Graviton Surge coming out from Synergy. Not much trapped in that. D-Pro does get a pick out of Hosier. We got Volts throwing out the Rocket Barrage High on Milo at the same time, going whole hog in the back. Volts finishing off one more. He did get one with that Rocket Barrage that I mentioned before. Supreme Aaron's drops the Volts as well. So 3 kills in favor of Volts for this fight. High does get one on Pitkin. Overtime timer's up, so 99% on the clock for Synergy. Skirt's gonna have to use their ult very well if they want to hold out. They've only got to really hold out for maybe 1.5 team fights. So if they can use their ults better than what we see Synergy do, they're going to walk away with this and tie things up in the series to take it to a map 3. O-Silent leads things off for Skirt with a good pulse bomb onto Clan. A breakdown coming out from So Supreme on Skirt's side. D-Pro evening it out, taking out Hosian, but Icy answers back, getting the pick onto Tinkin. Supreme in some trouble, goes whole hog, but gets taken out by Volts. He does take out Volts in that time, though. High on Milo finishes off Golden Bullet, but it's not enough. It looks like Skirt is going to be able to take this thing and tie it up in the series at 1 apiece. We're going to a map 3, guys.
Play of the match.
D-Pro killed himself with his own post bomb. That kind of cost him the fight, too.
He is going to get the play of the game here through the Graviton Surge, throwing out that pulse bomb, getting 4 right in the mix, getting a 5th. He ends up getting all 6 in this. He ends up tracking down Volts and finishing him off. So D-Pro able to get a full 6-man kill in that team fight.
Skies ahead.
All right, so we're going to be going to Discord and see where Clan wants to take this for the final map
Well, that was very interesting. It was always back and forth and back and forth. They could never, no one team could ever get a huge advantage besides maybe in that third map, I believe it was, where Synergy just took it to the house. But other than that, it was just back and forth all the time. You never saw one clear victor, but that was just so interesting.
Yeah, they did it was very back and forth, very good work out of both teams. Looks like we're going to be going to Route 66 next. Not sure what side he wants just yet. We're going to see in just a minute. Looks like he's going to be going on the attack, so we're ready to go. We're going to be kicking this thing off.
Traveling to Route 66.
So once again, guys, this is the PS4 finals for the Overguard Community Cup between Skirt and Synergy, both tied at 1 in a best-of-3 series. So the winner of this takes it all. Now you might be asking, what's the prize? Well, the prize was provided by Blizzard, and it is going to be some Reaper Funko doll things. So kind of a fun event, I guess, for a little bit of a prize. Kind of cool stuff. I'll be right back. I'm going to let you have the reins. I think it's Oblight. I think you're up.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Alright, so we're going to have the lineup from Skirt being Icy on Reinhardt, Volts on Pharah, Milo on Roadhog, Silent Soldier, Soso is on Lucio, Hojin on Zenyatta. This is a really good comp for them. They probably have the best Pharah today in this tournament. With Volts, he's having an amazing day on Pharah. Milo is probably, in my opinion, the best hog. And on the Synergy side, we have Clan on Reinhardt, which is always expected. D-Pros is on Reaper, which is a really good pick for him. He's an amazing Reaper player. Tenken is on Lucio. Golden is on Zarya. And we have Supremes on Soldier. And Lenny is on the usual for him, which is Zenyatta. So they are going to be holding up on top of the gas station, which is really normal for this type of gameplay. Well, this SR of gameplay that they would be in. This is going to be...
You're not going anywhere.
Pretty, I feel like Synergy should be able to take this map, but like we saw earlier today, with probably Stridum was the easily taking this map, but Skirt is doing an amazing job today on this map. Supreme Aaron's with a pick already onto Volt. Supreme Aaron's is over here on the side of the tunnel. Probably looking to get more picks. With Depo's getting a pick on Spicy. Milo gets a pick on Lenny, and then Clan gets another pick onto Silent. Depot gets another pick onto Milo.
Alright, I am back.
Volt is back shooting his rockets, and we're going to have Skirt fall back. And they're going to give up probably this first point.
Does look like Synergy did a terrific job coming back. I'm looking at the time. I wasn't around to exactly see what happened, but so far Synergy looks like they're doing pretty well against Skirt. Silent does get a pick onto Clan, and we got a little bit of a stall coming out from the side of Skirt with 2 out of their 6 still alive. Silent's still there trying to contest a little bit here, but he is probably going to be taken out pretty soon. I do not think it's wise to look at to contest that too much. They are going to be able to cap it. Silent ends up falling Supreme Aaron's, and now we're going to see Icy McSpicy have to be in full reverse as we see D-Pro pushing up on him. He ends up getting back to join his team, and the first point is going to be going to Synergy here as they move forward into the second point.
My ultimate is almost ready.
Synergy really did have an amazing offensive push right there. Clan always, like he usually does, pushes the cart up to the front of the gas station and jumps up and takes it down.
Into the
And we're going
iris.
to have Silent picking up Supremes, and Supremes was using his tactical visor there, so Silent was probably amazing shots right there. We're going to have the combos come from D-Pros, but it's going to get up by... Oh, never mind, that was Zenyatta ult from Lenny. D-Pros with some amazing kills. That's going to be a team wipe, and this should be a pretty easy push, and they're probably going to end up taking this and roll through this second.
Right, Synergy doing a terrific job in this street phase here. One team fight is all it really takes when it comes down to it. You gotta wait until you get to about that bridge to be able to do some real good work against Skirt, because Skirt, obviously, they've got a pretty close spawn when it comes down to it. Able to get the high ground pretty easily. Here comes the breakdown out of Skirt immediately. Synergy breaking it down as well. Hammer down coming out from Icy McSpicy. Looks like he tried to get a pin off. Does not. D-Pro throws out that pulse bomb. Lands it on high on Milo. Takes him out. It's all red in the kill feed. Hammer down for the Die Clan. Immediately following a flame strike to Icy McSpicy, finishing him off. And it looks like Synergy is going to be able to cap point number 2, pushing this through the final section here, this warehouse section of Route 66. Very little stall out of Skirt so far. Synergy doing a terrific job, posting a very quick time thus far. Let's hope Skirt's able to hold on a little bit stronger now.
Yes, we're starting to see what Synergy did to Overwatch when they played them on Route 66. They really just steamrolled. But as I'm saying that, we have Milo taking up a kill on Supreme, which completely is going to be the first stop for Skirt. They're going to go ahead and put a wipe on them, and that's going to stop them.
Skirt's changing their combo up, right? They're changing their comp up. They're going with more of a dive defense than they are anything. Synergy's going to have to adjust to that. And look to see them do it pretty quick. Usually Synergy is very good at switching things up when they recognize they're in trouble. So hopefully they can recognize what Skirt's doing and kind of contest against that. Die Clan going up top to try to contest against Icy and the remainder of the team that is up there. Here comes the Tac Visor as well as Bow Transcendence coming out from both of the teams. Bolts does get a pick on the Supreme Aaron. There goes Golden Bullet throwing out that Graviton. He gets too caught in it immediately. A good hook from High on Milo, who is sitting in that. He lands that one and gets a pick on a D-Pro. They are trading kills on the point right now. Bolt's getting 2 in that. Here we go, Rampaging Monkey Icy. McSpicy gets hammered down by Dykeland and taken out by Supreme Aaron. They're going to be able to push the payload forward. Here, the last one alive is going to be Silent. He's trying to get away, gets hunted down by D-Pro skills and taken out. High on Milo trickles out of the graveyard, immediately finds himself in a very compromising position and has to back up and wait for his team. Hojin also in the same position, ends up having to back out. D-Pro throwing out that good pulse bomb, takes out Sosa, and there's the Tac Visor coming out once again. D-Pro lands 2 more kills as he takes out Hojin. He also gets Icy. High on Milo gets charged by Dykeland, and Dykeland swings a hammer around to finish off Silent. They cap it with just under 3 minutes remaining on the clock.
That was
posting some good time.
That was an amazing push by them. Yet again, another amazing Route 66 push by them. There wasn't really much play out of Supremes on that. The 2 times he used his ult, he got shut down immediately. Except for that last time that he used his ult, but he didn't really get much usage out of it. We're probably going to see another dive comp come out of Skirt here. What do you think?
It's I wouldn't put it past them. I think that's probably what's going to happen for these guys.
Yeah, I mean that's really what's been working for him on the offensive side.
Give me just a second here.
Synergy is going to come out with their usual comp with Aaron's on Soldier. Tenkan is on Lucio. Golden Bullet is on Zarya. Lenny is on Zenyatta. Dykeland on Reinhardt. D-Pros on Tracer. That's what they usually go with. And on the side of Skirt, they're going to be going with a half dive comp with Icy on Winston.
My
Soso
ultimate
on
is charging.
Lucio.
My
Volts
ultimate
is
is
on
charging.
Tracer. Hojin is on Ana. Silent is on Zarya. And Milo on Hog.
My ultimate is charging.
All right, I'm back to it. Let's switch back over here. Okay. So I'm pretty excited to see Skirt's chance at offense on this. Obviously, they're gonna have to post a very quick time to combat against Synergy. I don't really think they can do it, to be honest with you. Synergy, some dominant gameplay coming out of them on the offense. They did really well on King's Row as well, so we'll just have to wait and see. I think they won King's Row, the payload map, so I look to see them do kind of the same thing here. Skirt obviously having the first attack on King's Row. and Synergy not having to push it the remainder, or having to push it only the remainder of the distance that Skirt couldn't get, because Skirt only got 2 out of the 3. They got, you know, halfway through that Foundry phase at the very end of King's Row, but Synergy just so dominant in their gameplay on this. Synergy electing to take the up top defense here on Big Earls. Icy going up there to try to contest. First picks are going to fall to Skirt as they pick up 2. High Milo and Icy picking up those. And the payload's moving forward right now. Supreme Aaron's visiting the graveyard here. Dyclan trying to keep alive as he is being pressured by Icy McSpicy and High Milo. The rest of the team forming behind him. Look to see them come back and try to contest a little bit here. Icy has other plans. He jumps in the back line and starts putting on some voltage on those squishies. Dyclan ends up dropping, and so does Laney. Silent and Bolts ensure that. Skirt doing a terrific job so far of posting a very quick time to this first point. Last one over there is going to be D-Pro and 10Kid, but don't count them out just yet. It's the 2v4 on the point. There goes D-Pro throwing out that pulse bomb. Doesn't get anything with it. Bolt on Tracer as well, taking out 10Kid. And the point should be able to push forward if they can take out D-Pro. He is the last one, and he is doing a terrific job of stalling out this point. He finally gets taken out by Icy McSpicy, and it looks like Synergy is just going to let him have that one. Very good work from D-Pro. He contested that thing solo for a long time against 4 people.
That was really good contestation by D-Pro. We're going to see if I feel like this is going to be where Synergy is going to be able to hold Skirt, because this is actually one of the hardest parts of this map. A little bit harder to push than the first part of
Route 66?
Yeah,
right.
The first part of Route 66. Because once you get underneath this bridge, it's super hard because the defense has the advantage.
But you gotta watch out though, because I mean, Skirt, they do have the ult advantage. They're sitting on 4. We just saw High Milo use his whole hawk. He did land a good hook on the D-Pro. There goes Synergy breaking it down. They've only got 2 other ults to use. We do see Silent gets dropped by Dyclan immediately. Hojin getting out his Transcendence as well as Synergy throwing out theirs. Even though Skirt used both of their support ults at the same time, which I don't necessarily agree with. Ice McSpicy goes Rampage, taking out Dyclan, but they're all caught inside of Graviton, and we all know that if Synergy throws out a Graviton, nothing survives that. They got such good follow-up on their Graviton throws.
Supremes with a little BM on Milo right there. The out roadhog. We're gonna have Silent almost with his ult up. We're probably gonna see a Tracer Zarya combo right here on this next fight from the side of Skirt. So this might be able to get them past the second point, and we'll see if they can go ahead and capture the third point. If they do, I feel like it's gonna be a little bit too that they might have. Here comes the combo. The Tracer is going to get caught in the hammer down and is not going to be able to get her bomb off. So that is actually amazing play by Dyclan.
Right, and they're gonna follow up with it. We see Supreme Aaron's throwing out a little bit of whole hog, ensuring that the rest of the team can't get back over there. He ends up taking out Icy, so Supreme and Silent all dropping as well. High on Milo does get the pick onto D-Pro, but it's too late. I mean, the rest of the team's already dead at this point. Skirts are gonna have to go back and regroup up and make another push at it. They're gonna be carrying 2 ults into this next team fight. They've got Volts' Pulse Bomb as well as High Molo's whole hog ready to go. Synergy side of the house, we're going to see the Pulse Bomb out of D-Pro. I think D-Pro gets a lot more value out of his. As I say that, he throws it out, and Golden Bullet ends, Bolts ends up throwing it out. It ends up getting no real value out of it. D-Pro does throw his, and I didn't see much value out of that one either, but he is in the back line, harassing the back line right now. He ends up getting a pick on the So Supreme and High Milo Silent Bolts. While he was distracted in the back, take out the front line and back line of Synergy. Bolts continuing to do some work as he gets a pick on the Golden Bullet. Hoshin does end up dropping to D-Pro, but the payload's going to move forward here. Synergy going to have to revisit that one. Probably give this one up to him. I don't know if a contest is necessarily what they need to do. We do see Dyclan peeking his head around immediately, taken out by High on Milo. Laney trying to come out and get a good contest with the Transcendence, but it's not going to work. Icy takes him out. Golden Bullet and D-Pro back to the point, trying to contest a little bit more here, but the picks still flowing in favor of Skirt. If you are Synergy, you made a mistake. At that point, you just fall back. You are eating time up, but just fall back, let them have it, and regroup in this factory here. and or I'm sorry, in this warehouse here, and take it to them there. You know, don't feed into their ults, which is exactly what Synergy did. They're gonna have Golden Bullet and Tinkin ready to go with Supreme Errands and D-Pros coming up very shortly. Dyclan also very close to having his Earth Shatter ready. So Synergy can definitely make a good effort at this hold if they can stave off any sort of damage that Surge is going to be able to throw. They're walking in with 4 ults. There goes the Graviton Surge out of Synergy immediately. Skirt throwing out a breakdown and also using Hojin's Transcendence. D-Pro gets in a good pulse bomb, taking out Sosa. Finishes off Hojin, so both supports now down. Dyclan swinging the hammer does pick off both tanks, and Eleni taking out Volts. Volts does get a pick onto Sosa, and onto Supreme Aaron, but it's not going to be doing anything, because I mean the spawn point is so close for Synergy. It's not really going to make too big of a difference. By the time Skirt gets their team formatted and gets back in there, Synergy's going to be back up and ready to go. Supreme Aaron does have his whole hog ready, and we're going to see Laney's and D-Pro's ults ready as well in this team fight for this side of Synergy. I look to see Synergy be able to hold off this next team fight as well. All depending, I think, on what this Dragon Blade's going to do. We do see the Pulse Bomb come out from D-Pro, picking off 2. That is absolutely huge. Getting Bolts and Icy both down immediately. Laney throwing out that Transcendence, making sure the rest of the team stays alive. They're going to push them back into the spawn point. Hojin getting that pick on the D-Pro. Once again, not going to do much. Should have probably just turned around and hightailed it out of there. And it looks like he is going to be able to survive. Golden Bullet picking off O Silence, so they're going to be walking into this next team fight 1 man down. If you're Skirt, you back up, you wait for your Genji to get back with you, and then move forward. Skirt moving forward already. We do see Icy trying to charge in. Dyclan taking a charge of his own. High on Milo and Bolt both being punished here. Golden Bullet and Supreme taking them out. We got Supreme Aaron going whole hog, pushing the remainder of the team off. Golden Bullet once again ready to go. Dyclan almost ready. We're going to see D-Pro with his Pulse Bomb again. Synergy just doing a terrific job at using their ults, staggering the ults out, and making sure to get full value out of any ults they use. Although, as I say that, Synergy just used a Graviton Surge and got nothing out of it other than a good little bit of a stall. Dyclan finished off Icy McSpicy. Now, Skirt's kind of down to the wire. They've got 20 seconds left to be able to push this thing the remainder of the distance. It's going to be through overtime that they're going to have to do it. Icy McSpicy and Hojin ready to go with their ult. O'Silent just got picked up. He's sitting on that Tracer. Hopefully he can get in the back line and contest a little bit against some of Synergy's back line. If not, they've got no hope of winning this thing. Tinkin still with his ult ready to go. There goes both hammers down. Breakdown coming out. He does not get it off. Tinkin gets picked off before he can use it. Icy with a good pin onto D-Pro. High Milo and O-Silent combined for some kills. Skirt doing a terrific job moving the payload forward. It's overtime. Timer ticking down. Volts gets it onto Laney, and they're still continuing to move forward. They do have a beat drop though. Synergy just got to move out and secure the victory here. If they can get the remainder of their team out there, get a good breakdown, which they did just now, they might be able to secure this thing. High on Milo, getting out his whole hog. Also up top is Bolt, raining some fire. He ends up getting taken out, but not before they got 4 picks. Laney throwing out his Transcendence, trying to keep the team up. Supreme Aaron goes whole hog himself. He gets picked off. 3 on point. Last one is Laney. He gets picked up. Icy looks like he might be able to secure this himself with Hojin. I don't know. Synergy is getting back. They're starting to trickle. Dyclan onto the Winston, jumps in. D-Pro takes him out, and that's it. It's over. Synergy taking it in the final waning seconds. Good job to Synergy. They are the Overguard Community Cup champions. They will be taking home some saucy little figurines from Blizzard. Congratulations to Dyclan and the crew.
Yeah, congratulations to them. They played an amazing map. They did a really good job of contesting right there. They got 2 to 3 kills in that first fight that they had, and while one of them was contesting, they picked up a kill and
Very good stuff from Skirt and from Synergy. Kind of the underdogs with Skirt. I didn't think they'd put up as big of a fight against Synergy as they did, but they did. And I look forward to seeing future gameplay out of them. Hopefully they get a better team name, though. Yeah. Hopefully.
Yeah, they need to get a team name. I mean, they did really well in this tournament, so who knows? Maybe an organization might be able to pick them up.
Hey, man, I think Skirt is the best name.
Of course you do.
I want to start an organization called the Skirt Organization. Skirt Gaming.
All right, guys. Well, That's it. We successfully navigated another Overguard tournament here for console Overwatch. We had Xbox yesterday, which Final 6, I believe, ended up taking the Community Cup Championship on that side. For the PS4 side, we had Synergy make their way to the finals against Skirt and secure a 2-1 victory over them. So congratulations to all teams involved, and we look forward to seeing future content coming out from these guys. If you got any questions, comments, or concerns for the Overguard, make sure to join our Discord. We're going to put that over into our Twitch chat. Just type !Discord, and you'll be able to see a link. Join that, and you'll be able to talk to myself, the rest of the staff, and get to know us. Also, we do have leagues available. If you're on PC, PS4, or Xbox, and you want to compete in a league, we do have leagues available, as well as the mini tournaments that we end up running. So make sure to join our Discord and make sure to sign up for some leagues. Get some players together. We also have JoeBot on the Xbox side of the house organizing free agent events. So if you don't have a team, make sure to get with JoeBot. Let him know that you're interested in doing a free agent tournament. He'll assign you to a team, and you could potentially be picked up by other teams. We're looking for somebody for the PS4 side to be able to run that for us as well. So congratulations to everybody involved, and thank you to Oblight, torrentdoesntwin, and Darky125 for being here today to put on this production. Oblight and Torrent, the co-casters, myself, Gozy, and then Darky was running the camera. So thank you to everybody involved, and we're glad to have you guys viewing, and we look forward to seeing y'all next weekend. Oblight and Torrent, if y'all want to do y'all shout-outs, I'm actually done, so as soon as you guys are done, Darky, you can cut it off.
I mean, I really don't want to give any shout-outs. Just thank you to Gozy for letting me get this opportunity to cast.
Follow me on Twitter at torrenttp, and follow my Twitch at yaboyskinny nipple. That's it.